They say I'll change the string orientation. I don't get that. Oh. So anyway, let me find something. So he's not coming up yet. So maybe we could go and find something else.
Let's go to the rally.
Huh?
We could just go to the rally.
He's not speaking yet. Huh? Yeah, they're just playing music right now. So okay, we have to mute it right now until it starts. Hey, say something, Elijah.
Hello.
That'll work. Yeah, we're are we now 4 days away
Yeah.
to the most important election in our lifetime. That this is really this election is so important.
Yeah, I'm hyped up, but also kind of anxious about this.
Yeah, they're already cheating. They're finding in Pennsylvania votes and stuff, ballots. All this illegal voting is already going on. So there's a lot to be concerned about.
Yeah.
I'm just still like setting up, trying to figure out where it is.
Good evening to you.
Hmm?
Someone said good evening to me. Essence did.
Oh. You said
And I appreciate it. Yeah, what's your Instagram?
Is this remote working? This is not working. Return and Elijah. Can't let anything play. Sometimes I'm probably gonna have to cut that out. I'm gonna change the batteries in this remote.
Yeah, so excited for this rally. Um, we've been to a rally and we've seen a lot of his rallies, so we're kind of used to what he like says at his rallies. But every time a new rally is upon us, there's always like a little nugget he kind of puts into the rally that we didn't expect and anticipate. So yeah, but I got a lot of people there looking at the audience, and this is with no entertainers, no singers. They're all there because of Trump. So, but you want to put it on the TV now?
Well, they're playing. You could put it on. You could turn it, but they're playing the music. Turn it. You could put it on. But see, I want to bring something else up or talk about like what's going on in this election. That they're already trying to steal the election. You know, they are really trying to set this up. I'm not ready. Yeah, what the concerns are they are already busy trying to steal the election. That they're fine. What's going on in Pennsylvania? That they're saying that
the ballots.
Yeah, with the ballots and stuff like that. People who aren't registered or whatever. What did they find? 2,500 ballots. So it's alarming. It's extremely concerning what's going on right now. We are 4 days, and like just like our thumbnail is with Trump pointing up. He's pointing up because, but God. In spite of all this that's going on, we could say, but God. God is in control. God is ultimately going to make the final decision. So all the cheating and everything that's going on, it really doesn't matter because God ultimately is the one that's going to decide who the president of the United States is going to become. And I just find it amazing that all the efforts that the Democratic Party has done to win this election is just that shows how important this election is. I am a former Democrat. I've been voting Democrat in the last few elections, and I've never seen. I don't know if anybody else in the chat has seen anything like this, but I haven't. I've never seen an election that appears to be so important or like they're so desperate to win this election. And I believe is that if they win this election and with all the immigrants that they have allowed to come in with mass numbers, it's so that they can retain power. I believe it's a power issue about them. They're going to be controlling the House, the Senate, and everything else, and no one else will be able to take over once that they're in power. So they're fighting real hard. They have every entertainer, from Beyonce to Usher to all sorts of people that are supporting them. Now they have LeBron James. Now here he go. He's like trying to make a statement and he's trying to talk about a comedian. But that comedian, whoever hired him that was at Madison Square Garden, he ought to be fired. They should fire that person. He should have never been up there on the stage. But the difference about him is that he's not the president of the United States. He's not a senator. He doesn't hold any type of office. He's a comedian. But when you have the president of the United States calling half of the citizens that he's supposed to represent, once he called them garbage, that's a whole nother ball game because he's a sitting president. He's the president. So it's funny how the media has taken that and they're like, oh, he didn't mean to say that. Everybody heard him clearly. He meant what he said. But everyone is like, he didn't mean to say that. They're cleaning it up. But when it comes to anything associated with Trump, whereas this comedian, Trump, that wasn't Trump. That was this man that made his own decision. And we're so close to, I don't know how this election, as far as, I think we're going to be on pins and needles. We're going to be going live election night. I just think that it's gonna be worrisome. It was funny when Trump won in 2016 and Hillary didn't win, my heart sunk. I was so disturbed. I could not believe it. And this time, in 2024, if he doesn't win, I would be sick because I know that we're going to be in danger, for lack of a better word. This woman is not a leader. She's fake. She's phony. She's unfit. If she was to win, she cannot. We have to look beyond the red and blue. We need a leader, as all United States citizens, for someone that can run this country, someone that could speak to world leaders. If she can't speak to world leaders, we're done because this woman can't even speak to the media.
Is that Joey Biden?
She can't even speak to the media. So I find that troublesome. Can you put my videos up?
Which,
Both of the ones with like,
yeah.
Because he's not speaking yet.
Trump is a good guy.
If it's just amazing that if we fall into the hands of the machine and Obama, whoever is running everything, we're going to be in trouble because she cannot go. She doesn't know how to talk their language. She doesn't know how to talk terrorists. She doesn't know how to make the deals. She doesn't know how to use the strength of this nation, because she's unfit. She can't even speak to the media, and that's a telltale sign that she is incapable of speaking to leaders. When you are confident and you know your stuff like Trump does, you can stand on business.
One sec. Glosson, and you're for Kamala, who's locked up tons of black people for minor crimes such as marijuana, and you're for Joe Biden, her running mate, the president who put people in black people in jail for the 1994 crime bill. It's like, before you talk, at least be educated on things and don't just say dumb shit like you're saying.
It's like we're the type of people, especially black people. It's like once we on that plantation, it's hard as hell to get us off it. We can't have any other opinions. We can't even see our hand in front of us. Yeah. Like the things that they have done and the things they promised for black people. She's sitting in a barbershop in Philadelphia with some simps talking about some freaking insulin. Oh, I'm gonna have that $35. That's the black bill. I mean, telling these men about marijuana, and she locked black men up for marijuana and kept them in jail longer than their longer than they were sentenced. And she also had someone on death row that she was very happy to allow that man to die, even though this man was innocent. She would put people in jail that got double life sentences for minor non-violent crimes. So she has done nothing for not just black people. That's what I'm really disturbed about us, because we are so, thick-headed. We just don't get it. We can't see what's in front of us. She has done nothing for Americans, period, except for to hit our pockets. Her and Biden has destroyed this nation. And the thing about it, when people have an opportunity to ask her questions, everybody caved for her. They don't ask her. When even the brothers that was in the barbershop, they sitting up there chit-chatting instead of saying, what's going on with the border? How come you left the border open? When did you realize that Biden was suffering from dementia? She never, none of that was ever, no one said anything about that. Nobody asked her any questions. Every time people have an opportunity to hold her feet to the fire, she gets a pass. But it's too important for us not to hold her accountable. She owes the American people answers, especially when you want to seek the highest office in the land. So it doesn't make any sense that we don't require someone that's running for office. And they can't hear me?
No, they can't.
Oh, yeah. Well, we got mics. You never put my video on, but that's okay. We want every Trump and JD Vance and all his surrogates to answer every question, but nobody is demanding answers from her. We should be demanding, as American citizens, if you want to be our president of the United States, then you need to answer questions. You need to tell us why you haven't done anything about the border? Why haven't you done anything about inflation? And how come you sign these bills that cause this grief toward, for our nation? Why is all you're using all our taxpayer dollars to take care of people that haven't paid into the system? It's like nothing is being demanded.
Yeah, there are a bunch of trolls in here.
We ought to be demanding answers. We should be demanding, but see, we don't know. See, when people hide behind the camera, I'm quite sure people who aren't citizens are probably on here. They don't, they want that, because if you are living here in this country and what has happened in the last few years, there's no way that you're for more of this. We wouldn't be for more of this. So, like, whatever anyone is saying, it doesn't make any sense unless you are part of you're receiving benefits from this administration, because they're taking care of everyone except for us. And we are aware of it. Try going to the market. Try going to the market. Try going, to buy a home. Try buying a home right now. If you think that it's not an issue, try buying a home. See what the interest rate. See if you can afford a home. You know that they just laid off more people with the PepsiCo company. People are being laid off. People are saying, "Wow, I've been working at the job 29 years, and they lost their jobs today." It's all on the news. A lot of factories are closing in the malls. All the Macy's, all the different big department stores are closing. Restaurants that we enjoy going to, where we live at, a lot of them have closed because of the price of food. These restaurants can't afford to stay open. They can't afford to stay open. So they're losing, a lot of money to stay open because they can't pay their employees, and they certainly can't pay for their insurance and their leave, sick time. They can't afford it. So it's a lot that's going on that we're going to have to do something about, in regards to that. So I don't know how you guys feel about it. I don't know, where you guys tuning in from. I'm doing too
Yeah. I'm trying to show them the video if you would.
I've been trying. Yeah, where you guys from? Arkansas, South Carolina, okay, Ohio.
Someone said they like the shirt.
Thank you. Trump, Trump, Trump. The original Trump, Trump, Trump. You can purchase one. It should be when you go to my video, you should see where you can purchase it. The shirt. They're $15. Postage is included. That will help support the channel, so we appreciate it. Oklahoma's here. Okay, Oklahoma in the house. Sam, what's it? Sacramento, Washington D.C. You know what? I have so much fun when I visit Washington. I love going to Washington. Pittsburgh. Okay, Pittsburgh. Las Vegas. We love Vegas. All right, Arizona. So people are coming from New York, New York. So anyway, it's a lot of work we have to have done, but we can't afford to allow this woman to get in office we have to get out there and vote. We have to vote. There's no doubt that we got to vote. We got to get Trump in office, and you do have to make it too big to rig, because they're already rigging this election. And I believe that they should try to win it fair and square. It shouldn't be all of this lying. She has mainstream media. She has every entertainer, because that's Hollywood. They're for the Alphabet Club. They all on code. Just every one you could think of, they want this agenda to move forward, and they think the entertainers are supposed to influence everyone. But y'all have to remember, they living in mansions. The things that the average person is going through, and above average person, they're not experiencing what everyday people are experiencing. So when they come on these stages and tell y'all who y'all should vote for, they're not going through what you're going through. When they go to the market, they're not they don't have a problem. They're not even going to market. They probably have their assistants and stuff doing their shopping and things like that for them. But when we go to the market, it's like crazy. When you buy gas, when you try to buy anything right now, everything is escalated. Your credit cards interest rate is high, is crap. So whatever you're paying for, you're paying way more for. So I can't see people wanting more of this. It's not like Trump going to be in office for 4 years, and that's not enough time to straighten out this mess that these crazy people have done to this country. But we need to get back on our feet, and then the Democrats can have somebody worthy to run, because this woman is a plant. She's a plant. No one voted for her. I believe that they knew all along. She knew all along that Biden was suffering from dementia, and they need to.
This on the phone. You can't play it on the TV.
They need to ask. Well, you can't find it. It's okay.
Show them on the TV.
I don't know if you could, like but I don't know about showing it like that. You can't find.
No, you can't. I don't believe you can watch shorts on the TV. If so,
really?
Yeah. The way I could do it is connect my laptop to the TV. Then you can
Well,
watch
that's it. Well, maybe we'll do it afterwards, because I don't know if they could see it like that, or like if more people come on, then we'll probably try to show the video from your phone. But I prefer if we could
I was just gonna show them a picture of it.
A picture of what?
Of you with Biden.
Like you don't want to show the video? Well, I don't know if they can see it.
Yeah.
Well, let more people come on. They come on, then you can show it. So anyway, guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate you coming on and spending your precious time with us. We do appreciate everyone. And everyone is welcome. And thank you, Chevy. You need to be on payroll. We got to get some more monitors so you don't have to work so hard, Because people, when you're losing or whatever, and people hide behind the camera, they're always going to try to say something because of lack of being able, I guess, to communicate with some, just as an adult. Like sometimes you have adults, they act like children. Their behaviors is like they're still in high school. Hi, how you doing? How do you? Is that Dan? Yeah, they behave like they're in high school. I mean, you can agree to disagree. You could vote for whomever you want to vote for. That's your right. But we're saying that the way that the state of this nation, that you really don't need to vote for a puppet, someone that can't lead. Because when, for lack of a better word, excuse me, when shit hit the fan, she's not capable of leading this country. And she can't even deal with people here. She can't even talk to us about policies. What are her policies? I've been asking of the supporters, what has she done for American citizens? I know everything she's done for the illegal immigrants with our money, but what has she done for us? Those are the type of things that needs to be answered. If you're supporting a candidate, you need to at least find out what are their policies, what do they stand for? I don't even see Tampon Tim. Where's Tampon Tim at? That's her running mate. And I saw Roland Martin today in a video, and his eyes about to pop out of his head because a pastor condemned Bishop McClendon. He condemned her talking to two Christian men that were at their college and that was escorted out because they said Christ is King and Jesus is Lord. So they were like, he was like, well, you can't mock God. She said that they need to go to the rally down the street, and Roland Martin is going off. He's a pastor. He wants to, and Roland wanted him to get into the elections and stuff. He's not getting into election. He's talking about God. He's talking about Jesus. He's standing on business, and it should be more pastors, instead of having that demonic spirit, her demon self, come into their church and stand behind God's pulpit. Do you know that God is holy? God is holy. When you're going to church, you're standing on holy ground. You're not supposed to be inside of church disrespecting God, and you're not supposed to be mocking God. And nobody should go in the house of the Lord, and because they don't agree that you said that they need to go to a rally down the street, that they're put out of their church. So the bishop, he's standing on business, and Martin, he's losing his mind. Well, you need to say this. That's right. God should not be mocked. God shall not be mocked. So the thing about it is that he was standing on business, and Roland said, well, oh, he needed to talk about these other things. And but he needed to talk about Jesus. He's not for politics. He's talking about God. But Roland Martin is so scared that he won't get that Black Star Media money, because I don't know what they promised him. But he's been fighting like crazy for her to get into office, because the thing about people that fight the hardest is something in it for them. It's something in it for him. And that's what it is. That he like, black people, what's wrong? Y'all been voting like this all this time. Well, don't stop now. When now they're gonna pay me. Don't stop voting like that. It's all self-interest. A lot of these people, a lot of these politicians, is all self-interest. So it's just like, we gotta like have people like myself. Is a lot of people who are just speaking out, that you can't be quiet. Like, when you're quiet and you're not standing up for things that you need to stand up for, that's when things are not done in your best interest. And right now, the people that's running, is not for your best interest to vote for her, because this is all a scam. They're trying to bamboozle with everything that they think that they could throw at you to vote for her. And we need to realize that this woman is a plant. She's not presidential. Trump. All right.
Trump.
If you can't see that she's fake, then something is wrong with that. We're standing. We don't have to do this. We're doing this because it's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do. If you can't see that something is wrong with this picture, look at all the things they're doing and how crazy the people are acting that support her. They keep talking about the Republicans and stuff like that. I see the Democrats, and you're talking to somebody that's a former Democrat. I'm like, I didn't know how crazy they were, huh? What?
The
What
sunset was funny.
What? You can tell. Well, you can talk.
Nah.
But like, read it. I don't like being all on top. I can't see what you can respond to what they're saying.
Yeah, but I'm a 24-year-old, first time voting, and I'm voting for President Donald Trump. I still refer to him as president too, because you're not going to catch me referring to Joe Biden as president. I don't even know what he's doing right now. It's probably
he's sleeping.
He's sleeping.
He's asleep.
Yeah,
He's been asleep probably since 4:00. We don't have nobody running this damn nation.
At the beach, I don't know who's running this country at this point.
That's bad. That's really bad when you don't know who's running the country. And even when they ask her now, when did you first know that Joe Biden was suffering from dementia? And she goes into her word salad. Oh, he's sharp as a tack. He was this and that. And everybody can see that man is suffering from dementia. And he's been like this the whole time. And they hid him like they've been hiding her from the media. You're not even allowed to question her. And that should be alarming to people. Mm-hmm. That should be alarming.
The debate didn't even question her. Because everyone against Trump.
Yeah, well, it's 3 against 1. They had already had it scripted. They already had it so that they would not fact check her. They would not question her. It would all just be Trump. That's not fair. That's not fair. For this man, and I respect Trump. I respect him. Mm-hmm. So you got to have respect for your leaders. I respect him. To go and to fight for us the way he has, because look at his position. The man is a billionaire. He doesn't have to deal with all this drama and all these crazy people that don't even want to be helped. Mm-hmm. The worst thing is like, you find somebody and they living out in the street, and you're trying to get them off the street, and they fighting you to stay on the street. That's how America is right now. He's fighting to lift us up, to put us back on our feet. And people are fighting him tooth and nail to stay down. Tooth and nail for this craziness to continue.
Yeah, if you were a billionaire, you would wish you filed bankruptcy 6 times so you could be a billionaire.
Yeah, we never had the opportunity. I wish I
Yeah,
was a billionaire, I could do it. And I
yeah.
still got a billion.
Yeah.
Still got
I'm
a
still in
billion.
the mega mansion.
That's business. It's called business.
Yeah.
Life is a roller coaster. Life is up and down. Up and down. But it's about getting back up. Just like Donnie McClurkin said, when you fall down, you get back up. Huh?
Should I talk about my business?
Yeah, you can talk about your business.
Yeah, so I had a business. Well, I still have, but in the past, I was making $1,000 a day.
$1,000 a day.
And I was like at the top of the world. I was flexing on everyone at school. I was getting like reckless. But then out of nowhere, I went to $0 a day.
Yeah, you made like $200,000 that year at 16, 17 years old.
Because someone hacked me. So it's like the point I'm trying to make is one day you could be like just. I learned that you're not always gonna have wins. You're gonna have some L's. You know, you just gotta climb back up and get back up. But hey, I wish I was a billionaire.
Yeah, I thought that he was on his way, especially that young being a millionaire. But God had to humble him.
On my way.
He got real cocky. God had to humble him.
I was telling teachers, I was like, I could buy you. No, he was rude to me. He learned to me, but yeah,
you learned, but it was the best thing that happened to you because now it humbled you. So when you're blessed again, you did it once, you do it again. Yeah. So very intelligent. So you do it again. But yeah, 16, 17 was making $200,000 a year. He was making $1,000 a day. He was rolling in. I was like, we was traveling. I'm like, oh, we wealthy. We gonna rent out a mansion. Yeah. And then but God will humble you. Mm-hmm. And that's what happens. So but I'm so thankful, but he's thankful, because without God, you could make all the money in the world, but if you don't have God, then it means nothing. Mm-hmm. It means nothing at all. Because when things happen, because life happens to all of us, life happens. Mm-hmm. And when life happens, you're going to need God. You might be fine today, but hey, you don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. So that's why you need a strong foundation and have God that you can call on to in those times of needs. It's extremely important. Mm-hmm. So we just wish everything for everyone, but our nation, we've got to be smarter than what we are. Like, people are trying to attack us right now. We're in 2 wars, people. Y'all got to wake up. We're in 2 wars, and we got a war that's waiting to happen with China. As soon as China, they want to invade Taiwan, just like Russia invaded Ukraine. They just waiting to, and once that happens, we're at war. We're at war now. We will be at war. I saw an article today. They said that there's looks like there could probably be a war before this election. I think so. I think this is our weakest time. Mm-hmm. I'm like, if I was one of these communist leaders or whatever. I mean, we're at our weakest state. We got a president that people are laughing at that doesn't even know what day it is and doesn't know what he's doing. We got a cackling, unfit, stupid vice president. And then the person she wants as her running mate is dumber than, they both dumb and dumber. I mean, these are the people. Knucklehead. Yeah, I mean, this is the time to attack. What I'm saying is that the 2 wars we're involved in is Ukraine and the Gaza war. We're totally involved, but if we get if China attack them, then we're their allies. We will be in a war, our own war at that point, and then other people are going to join in. Because right now, you already got President siding with President Putin. Someone said that they were laughing at Trump for 4 years, but were there any wars though? Yeah, well, they not laughing now, so that's you ain't laughing. He got the last laugh because we are messed up now. And the thing about it, you got to look at President North Korea. He's already got troops over there to help Russia in the Ukraine war. So that's already going on right now. So then you got to realize that President Putin and President Xi of China, they've been having meetings. They're not having meetings for kumbaya. They having meetings about us. We're the ones they coming for. They coming for the United States of America. Dang, you got some freaking perverts in there.
Like, shut up, bro. That's my mom. Someone else said that too.
Just we wanted to go back and forth.
Huh?
But
Did you
anyway,
see the comment?
no, because I'm not really reading them. But yeah, we're just waiting for Trump. He's like, he has a long, busy day, huh?
To the kitchen real fast.
No, we can't. No, because there's nothing else on.
You'll be
Just
back, guys.
no, stop. No, it can wait, Elijah. We're just waiting for that to come on. So I don't know, like anyone's perspective, like on this election. Have anybody voted? And if you voted, if you don't mind, who have you voted for? Okay, Trump. I love you, guys. I love you too.
Love you too.
Okay, Trump. All right, Trump, Trump, Trump. Trump, Trump,
I'm
Trump.
about to make nobody a mod. Should I?
What? Wait a minute.
I'm not doing it. I'm just seeing good comments from him.
Yeah, the thing about it is that it's like people want to be just destroyed. They just, it's just amazing that people, the way the economy is, inflation is, housing is, the interest rates, all this stuff. We got an invasion of 20 million illegal immigrants that's destroying New York, Chicago, California. I mean, all our taxpayer dollars, they laughing at us. We got terrorists. We never had terrorists like this. And we have Venezuelan gangs. We have the cartel. We have all this is in this country because of this administration.
And now teachers gotta teach different languages.
They can't even teach the people. The kids aren't even learning. They've been stopped learning. They went from COVID to this mess now. So now they don't put them out of schools for the illegal immigrants, and their parks. They put them out their parks. They got rid of everything. But the thing about it is that for us to continue to even think about, to entertain more of this, this administration has now put American citizens in danger. They put our country in danger now because of what they have allowed in here. They were not vetted. You have gotaways, and they know about 15,000 rapists. They know 13,000 convicted murderers. They know they got 600,000 people been convicted of crimes running around here. They got all. Then this not counting the terrorists and everyone.
We're gonna do this one day, but someone said we should add a Democrat to the live.
Oh, that would be great. You know what? We have the software for everything to do all of this, but I don't know, something that we're doing wrong that we can add people and all that. Well, we could probably do it here, but I don't know what's going on. We're trying to just figure out why, like when we use the software that actually that we purchased, why it's not connecting to the YouTube. So we've been trying to work at it and just going everywhere trying to get information and see what is the disconnect. So as soon as we do that, hopefully during election time, we want to bring people on Tuesday.
Yeah.
We want to bring people on because we want to like do some of the countdown. So hopefully you guys join us for election night.
And
we're gonna have our popcorn.
And it doesn't matter like who you're voting for. We'll just be bringing people on.
Yeah, we're gonna. That would be great that night. So look forward to that. We're gonna bring people on, and everybody could talk, have their views, or if they voted. I hope you guys are voting. Make sure you vote. If you miss early voting, try to go in and vote. Don't do it by mail. and I work for the Postal Service, so I'm like, just go and deposit your ballot. Just go in and vote, because there's so much tampering that's going on right now that we don't want to risk it, because they're already trying to steal the election. Did y'all see that they had, what was it, ABC? Was it ABC, you guys?
It was, I think,
that said already declared Kamala the winner of Pennsylvania. How Pennsylvania? She was declared a winner, 52% to 47%. How is that possible when we haven't had an election yet? They already sabotaged, and they already, and that's it. Oh, it was ABC? Yeah, okay. Yeah, ABC. They accidentally leaked the results
of course
of the election.
Of course I like X. God rest his soul.
Yeah, that's his favorite one, his favorite artist is X. Yeah, they leaked what they had already put up, talking about that she won like by 5 points Pennsylvania. And No ballots have been counted. No, I mean, we haven't even had the election yet. So they're already trying to act like, and nobody, Pennsylvania's not voting for her like that. I promise you that.
Mhm.
I'm Philly. I promise you that. They're not voting for her like that. She's not for. First of all, they want fracking. They all the things they want. Even the Amish are voting now. The Amish they have never voted. The Amish are voting to keep her out. That's how they feel about her. And she doesn't have the relationship that Biden has. Because, he's from Scranton, PA, and all that. He already had his little cluster of people and the union support. But she doesn't have the support that Biden has. So for them to put that out on APC, then that's just telling you that something was up with that. You guys don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget. We appreciate it. And we thank you
And
for
what time
supporting
did
our
this
channel.
start?
They said he was gonna come on at 9. He's still not on. So
It's
they're
almost
not
10.
they're not doing anything. That's why
Yeah.
we're just, getting to know you guys and talking to you guys. And yeah, just vote. Do vote. Just go out and vote. However you can vote. Just vote. Because your vote is so important. So important. You're going to have your diehards. They got to be hit upside the head. They got to run them over. And they say, kicked out their house, I guess, lose their job. And look, and to take all that for them to finally realize that that's the wrong regime.
Thank you to everybody.
Thank you. But just to let you guys know, we do surely appreciate y'all. You see anybody else to make a mind just to be able to work Chevy so
Some
hard?
Republicans for Harris. Let me see.
Yeah. Too big to rig. Vote, vote, vote.
Christine, you need to go to therapy.
You said she need to go to therapy. Oh, God. That's deep. Yeah, vote, vote, vote. Let's see. Okay. Is he getting ready to come out?
Yeah, they're standing up now.
Yeah, maybe he's going to come out.
Everyone's standing up.
No, not yet. Because they going to play the music. You got to have this a certain way so that I can work them out. You could just talk to them.
Yeah, so this must be having technical difficulties because in like an hour he still hasn't been on stage yet. Hope they could fix the problem they're having, But we'll see what happens. You're probably gonna have to move that.
Okay, that part worked. Yeah, it's not that. It's like, yeah, I don't know what's going on with their video.
The video doesn't have sound?
I'm trying to see if they probably working on their sound, because he had a problem before at the rally. He said,
Hey, is someone hacking it or something? Like, what's
they
going on?
have hacked it before,
Yeah.
so don't know.
Yeah, but tomorrow, guys, I'll be buying another Trump hat. My first one got.
So what happened to that?
My first one, my mom threw away when she was a Democrat.
Yeah, when I was supporting Biden.
Yeah. So I haven't had a Trump hat for some time now. I'm about to get another one. The one I'm gonna get either the red one, because that's like iconic at this point. I'm gonna get the new one that he wears sometimes, the black with the gold on it. I think that looks really nice. But the first guy is coming out on stage.
But that's not him.
It's not Trump, but you want to show it to him?
Okay. Let's see, who is this?
All of our service members and our
There you go.
veterans, will you raise your hand for me? Let me tell you, let me tell you thank you, because I want you guys to look around. We're here because of the sacrifice you made. Thank you so much.
Trump fans.
You guys fought for this country. You gave us a right to do this, and I want to talk about another fighter we have that's fighting for this country, right? You and I are here because we're fed up where America is headed right now. The Harris-Biden administration has failed America. And we need a fighter. We need one that knows how to fight back against an overbearing government. We need a fighter by the name of Donald J. Trump. We need a fighter that knows how to win a fight, and man, we know he knows how to win a fight. President Trump is not only going to fight against the bureaucrats in Washington, D.C., but he's also going to fight to bring down inflation. He's going to fight to bring back energy independence. Drill, baby, drill. He's going to fight to actually get our economy back on track. And he's going to fight to secure our borders. Now, I know a little bit about fighting, and I know a fighter when I see one, and the man I'm talking about tonight showed great courage during an assassination attempt. The man stood up, he raised his fist in the air, and for all Americans, he said, "Fight, fight, fight." That's the guy we need to get this country back on track. This is a man I call my friend. This is a man that's soon to be the 47th President of the United States of America. So in closing, I want to say, may God bless you guys. May God bless President Trump.
God bless.
And may God bless the United States of America. Thank you all.
Okay, so we don't want to put any sound because we don't want to have any strikes. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So anyway, they are playing their music. And we're waiting for Trump to come out. He's such a busy man.
Yeah, he has to do a lot.
I don't know how he does it.
Yeah, a lot of traveling. There's tons of things he has to do.
In and out these time zones.
Yeah.
I don't know how he does it, to be honest.
Okay, someone else is coming out now. Let's see if they're playing music.
Teach you in a pistol right quick. Really, you shoot me dead.
Which
And that's over.
go to the HDMI.
Let's see.
All right, he's on stage now.
You cannot do what you do again. You're gonna copyright it.
Are you gonna play it?
Under President Trump, we had a 45-year low in illegal immigration. We had a booming economy. The great working people of this state and across the country were able to buy more. They could afford a house. They could afford a car. All that's gone. The sticker shock every week at the grocery store is a testament to their failed policies. Every single thing that they've done has been a total disaster. But here's the good news. We're just a few days away from electing President Donald J. Trump. And before I had this job, I had a different job. I was the Attorney General of Missouri. That's right. And we took those vaccine mandates all the way to the Supreme Court, and we won. We took that student loan debt forgiveness scam to the Supreme Court, and we won. We took on big tech and exposed censorship in Missouri versus Biden. And let me tell you, I know a little something about fighting back, but I've never seen anybody as tough and willing to fight than President Trump. What we saw on that stage in Pennsylvania when he came within a millimeter of losing his life, his first reaction was to do what? Stand up and say, fight, fight, fight. So we can honor that. We can honor that courage with courage of our own. There's a reason. There's a reason why they call us garbage. There's a reason why they call us deplorables. There's a reason why they try to censor us. It's to silence us. It's to intimidate us. It's to try to get us to not come out and know that we have the right vision for America, but we know that we do. So here's what we need to do. On Tuesday, if you haven't done it already, vote. Get out and vote, because all the polls, they're great. These rallies are great. They're important. But the most important poll is going to be on Tuesday. So when you listen to all these great speeches and President Trump's got a humdinger coming for you, text 10 friends. Make sure somebody gets to the polls, because if we all do that, if we all fight back on Tuesday, we're going to make sure that President Trump is the 47th president of the United States. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.
Woo-hoo!
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, God is good. It's better than what you did. Trump, Trump, Trump. Trump, Trump, Trump.
Article Secret Service.
Secret Service. Okay.
Now they have something on them that says Secret Service.
Yeah, I didn't know that they wore
I think
vests
it's
like
cooler
that.
with them just in suits.
No, I think, yeah, they do wear suits. Well, they got on, that's a vest.
Oh,
Here come
RFK.
RFK Jr. Oh, he got the big dogs coming out. Okay, music is on.
That's how they got
I'll wait until he starts talking.
me. America has not always been great.
America first. America first. Trump, Trump, Trump. Make America healthy again. Okay, should be good now. Is he going to talk? He's still listening to his music. Let's see. Oh. Trump, Trump, Trump. Woohoo! USA, 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 USA.
Thank you very much. Oh,
Go gone, come out.
I started my presidential campaign 19 months ago, and the Democrats fought. They canceled the primary, so I couldn't run, and they canceled the debates, and then I switched to independent, and I was taking more votes away from Donald Trump than the Democrats, but Donald Trump never sued me. And he never said anything nasty about me. He was always very civil.
He's that guy. Says a lot about his character, which Harris doesn't
The
have
Democrats
any.
sued me, and they sued me to keep me off the ballot. They spent $10 million.
Wow.
They filed suits in 10 states. And then when I endorsed President Trump in August, they sued me to keep me on the ballot.
That's kind of schizo there.
And they lost most of those suits. Yes, 2 days ago, they won 2 of them.
No, that's
in
the
Wisconsin
Democratic
and
Party. They the
Michigan.
liars.
And why they did that? They did that because they want to confuse the voters. They want to interfere with the election because they're keeping somebody on the ballot who's not running. So when you go to the voting booth on Tuesday, you're going to see my name on the ballot. And I do not want your vote. I want you to vote for Donald Trump. Because
Bobby.
the only way I'm going to go to Washington is if we get Donald Trump elected.
Yes.
And that's the only way we're going to fix this catastrophe that is impacting our children, this chronic disease epidemic. When I was a 10-year-old boy, my uncle was president of the United States. And
If you're a
6% of
man
Americans had chronic
and
disease.
you're voting for Kamala,
Today, 60%.
there's something wrong with you.
When
And you need to
my uncle was
take a look
president,
at
we
your
spent
manhood.
0 on chronic disease in this country. There wasn't even medications for any
The
chronic
only
disease.
girl you'll ever see me voting
Today
for
we
is
spend
Tulsi.
$4.3 trillion every year. It's 5 times our military budget. It is bankrupting our country. It is hurting our national security. 77% of American children cannot qualify for military service because of a chronic disease diagnosis. When my uncle was president, 3% of Americans were obese. Today, 50% of our children are obese. And this isn't true in other countries. In other countries, it's the same as it was then. In Japan, 3% of the people are obese. It's impacting our country because we're mass poisoning ourselves. And we're poisoning our children. There's a thousand ingredients in our food that are illegal in Europe. And the problem is not those ingredients. The problem is the corruption in Washington, D.C., the capture of our agencies.
Let's go, Trump.
And the only president who's going to clean that up is Donald J. Trump.
That's right. He doesn't have Avengers.
We have
Kamala don't have a
we have
team
the
like
sickest
this.
children in the world. When I was a kid, the autism rates, and today in my generation, 70-year-old men, 1 in 10,000 of us has autism. In my children's generation, it's 1 in every 34 children.
Wow.
1 in every 24 in California. When I was a kid, juvenile diabetes was unknown. The typical pediatrician would see 1 case of diabetes in his entire career, a 40 or 50-year career. Today, 1 out of every 3 children who walks through his office door is diabetic or pre-diabetic. We are killing our kids. 40% of our kids are on antidepressants. The sperm counts have dropped 50%. Testosterone levels have dropped 50%. American girls are reaching puberty at 10 to 13 years old, 6 years younger than they were a generation ago. We are destroying these children. I had 11 brothers and sisters. I had 70 first cousins. I never knew anybody with a peanut allergy. Why do 5 of my kids have peanut allergies? Why do all of our kids have eczema and asthma and allergies?
Yeah.
This is not normal. I know what a normal child looks like. And our kids today are injured and they're damaged.
Thank
And
you.
they're damaged because we're being poisoned. And that comes from corruption. Oh. I started working on this issue 19 years ago. And for 19 years, I have got every morning, without one exception, I have said a prayer to God to put me in a position where I could end the chronic disease epidemic. And On August 23rd of this year, God sent me Donald J. Trump.
Praise the Lord.
Well, praise the Most High God.
And Donald Trump said to me in Milwaukee, we met for 2.5 hours, and he said, I want you to join my campaign and unify our efforts, and I'm going to end the foreign wars, the addiction to war, the $200 billion that we sent to Ukraine, we're going to spend it here in the United
$200
States.
billion. Take that in, Kamala. $200 billion. Some bull crap. USA. USA.
And he told me, we're going to end the censorship. We're going to end the surveillance. We're going to end the weaponization of our enforcement agencies against the American people. And he knew that my uncle, Ted Kennedy, wrote Title IX to make sure that women's sports are protected in schools. And he said, we're going to end the efforts of the Democratic Party, the war that they're making on women's sports in schools. And he said, we're going to end the chronic disease epidemic, and we are going to make America healthy again. Oh, don't you want a president who's going to get the toxins out of our food? Oh, you want a president who's going to end the corruption in Washington, D.C.? And don't you want a president who's going to end all the foreign wars that are sucking away our money and our... And don't you want a president who's going to end the censorship, end the surveillance, and protect the Constitution of the United States?
Yes.
And don't you want a president who's going to make this a free country again, where we treasure our liberties? A president who's going to make America healthy again. A president who's going to make America great again. And let's go to the polls on Tuesday and deliver a landslide for Donald J. Trump. Thank you all for
Landslide. Boy, don't you want a president that's like Donald J. Trump? This is just amazing. I mean, the people that he has supporting him is a great group of people. You have former Democrats that are standing with him, especially like someone like Robert J. Kennedy. This is like so amazing. They have Tulsi, have J.D. Vance. He's turning out being a heck of a...
Someone said we definitely don't want a president like Kamala.
Yeah, we don't. I mean, when you just hear the things, I mean, they really have it together. I don't see any of her surrogates even coming out speaking with any kind of authority, any kind of confidence, or like, why should we even vote for her? It's like it's not even there. I mean, his people that come out are extremely amazing. They're amazing, amazing people. And they're respected. I mean, this team is incredible. You got Elon Musk, you got Tulsi, you got Robert J. Kennedy. You have all of these amazing
Got
people.
Byron.
You got Byron Donalds.
Got Ben Carson.
Ben Carson. Like, he has an amazing group of people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I thought he was talking.
Yeah.
And his music on. Okay, I don't know what is he doing. He's down there. They're testing the mics. What is this? Communications?
What are they looking
It
at?
might. I don't know. Might be communications. They're tech people. They came out like, I didn't know what they were going to do. The way they walked out, like.
But everyone's just looking. Just weird. Okay, well, they're having more difficulties.
Oh, Daytona. Okay. Yeah, they must have like stuff going on that their sound and stuff. So,
Yeah.
but everyone's taking pictures. Like, what are y'all
And
looking at?
LeBron saying he endorses Kamala now.
LeBron,
Yeah.
LeBron, like almost ready to tell him to go. What they say? Go sit down and dribble or something. Who said that? He's like nobody like. And then what did
He's not the
Marjorie?
GOAT anyway.
Marjorie Taylor put up with him with Diddy.
Yeah.
And she put up a Diddy video.
Diddy
him
party.
with Diddy talking about ain't nothing like a Diddy party. They
Yeah.
she most definitely
And Steph
trolled
Curry.
him.
I was
Steph
disappointed
Curry
in
is
Steph.
sick. He
Yeah.
would never want his wife to have an abortion. So he's
Yeah.
talking about he's a Christian. Like when you say you're a Christian, it's an action. God, it's more than words. You can't just say you're something and then your actions
Yeah.
say it's otherwise. You can't say you're a Christian and you're about the devil's business. So that doesn't go together.
What's going on?
I don't know what they're doing.
So interest rates went from 2% to 10%. Millions of illegal immigrants, traffickers, and drugs coming into our country. Our country has gone to hell. So I made a decision to run. We're going to make America great again, greater than ever before. I will fight for you with every breath, and I will never let you down.
President Trump is literally putting his life on the line, and he's...
Okay, so they mixed that in there as well.
Yeah, this rally's having a lot of issues. And it's already 10 now, but see if they
I don't,
fix it.
God bless you all. Is that Dana White? I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this. Oh, it's funny that the crowd is like turned all kinds of different ways.
They might need to cancel this rally.
They're not going to cancel a rally.
Because come on, like what's going on?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the next president of
Woo-hoo!
the United States,
Here we come. President Donald J. Trump.
Let's go.
Woo! I hate to be American. Look, I can't sing. I'm not even gonna pretend I can. I'm more of a dancer. I'm not a singer.
I like to sing in my spare time.
Yeah, well, you're the singer. There he is, Donald. Yeah, he said Donald the Great. Trump. He's amazing. I don't know where he gets his stamina from. I mean, he's doing like 3 rallies, flying all around the country in a day. And where's Kamala? Where's Kamala? Where's Tim Walz? These people, what they sleep? They sleep like Biden.
Tim Walz is in China.
Yeah, he's Superman. Yeah, he in China. Tim Walz is in China.
Why is he in China so much?
Because he's making deals with the China president. He working for them 35 times. He can't even explain why he in China so much. Who flies like that to China? Yeah, as many times as he has, as supposed to be teacher,
That's
wherever he
suspicious.
was. Yeah, he totally suspicious. They all suspicious. Boy, I don't know how he doesn't. Then he talks for like 2 hours or an hour.
No teleprompter most of the
Yeah,
time.
I mean, the stamina is incredible. And she can't hang. She's been taking days off. When she do a 20-minute interview, she takes off. I wish she went on Joe Rogan.
Hold on.
Okay, he's still... We want to edit some of this out because
Yeah.
they hear the slightest sound and then they're like, copyright.
It was from
So-
United Kingdom.
Oh, you're from United Kingdom? Is anybody else from other places around the world other than the United States? Do we have anybody from Australia or Africa, Europe, England, Philly?
He always lets his song play.
Yeah, he listens to the entire song. It motivates him. That's his theme song. Poland. Okay, Poland.
Awesome.
New Zealand. Wow.
Cool.
It's Boston. Hey, Boston. God bless Trump.
Yep.
Yes, God bless everyone. God bless everyone. Okay, is he ready? There we go.
Thank you, thank you.
I don't know how you do it. I can't even keep up trying to even do a stream. He's so busy. Stamina,
Thank you very
energy
much.
is
Wow, what a
full.
crowd this one is, huh?
Yes.
What a crowd. Up in
Australia,
the rafters.
San Diego,
I don't know. You guys okay? Can you see that place? Hello up there. Well, I have some friends up there. They couldn't get seats. Can you believe
New
this?
Zealand.
Thank you very much,
He couldn't get
everybody. It's great to be in Milwaukee. We love Milwaukee.
Milwaukee, Minnesota for Trump.
And a very special welcome to. We love this place, right? We got
They
it.
said
The ship
Harris is the
contract. We got
devil.
it. The biggest shipping contract. You know that. We love being in Wisconsin.
Woohoo!
I'm thrilled to be back in this beautiful state with thousands of proud, hardworking American patriots. That's what you are. And we have a country that's going to hell, but we're going to turn it around very fast.
Yes. You don't need Beyonce to have a crowd.
And I'd like to begin with a very simple question. Very simple.
Are you better
Are you
off?
better off now than you were 4 years ago?
No. No.
So I've come today with a message of hope for all Americans with your beautiful vote. Oh, we don't want your money. I don't want your money. I want your damn vote.
Yes. The vote.
We want that vote. I will end inflation. I will stop the criminal invasion of our country, the biggest problem we have right now. And I will bring back the American dream. And this is all you really need to know. We have somebody who's grossly incompetent. As I guess, I don't know, is she the vice president, the president? Is she a contender? What the hell is she?
What is she?
Kamala broke it, and I will fix it.
That's
and we'll
right.
Fix it very quickly.
What is she? He got more stamina than a 20-year-old.
And America will be bigger, better, bolder, richer, safer, and stronger than ever before. It's going to be.
Yes.
You watch. This is going to be so much fun. That's the good thing about that little slippage that they had, that little, you know, because it showed how bad they are. It showed how bad they are. And there's never been spirit like we had. There's never been any race that we've ever had in the history of this country that's had this kind of spirit. So I just want to thank them. This election is a choice between whether we will have 4 more years of gross incompetence and failure, or whether we'll begin the 4 greatest years in the history of our country. They're going to be the 4 greatest years. And I'm asking you to, it's very hard for you to do this, to be honest with you, because you look at what's happened to our country and how the hell can you do this? But I'm asking you anyway to be excited about the future of our country again. Just be excited. We're going to turn it around. And I'm asking you, dream big. The American dream, just dream big. We're bringing it back. This will be America's new golden age. It's going to be the golden age. Look at this place. I mean, what the hell? How do you beat it? How do you beat it, huh? How's Eric doing? I think very well. Oh, boy. He's a great guy. He's a great looking guy too. Sometimes I'd say maybe he'd be better off without that mustache. I'm not sure. He's such a handsome guy. I said, I don't know. But you know, I guess you better leave it because I hear you're leading. So we have to leave the mustache. Right? And you're doing great, Eric. Boy, oh boy, we love it. We love it. We love this whole place. We had a little event here, you know. recently. You know that, right? That was the convention. We had the convention. I had a little patch on my ear. Excuse me, little patch. I said, I don't know. I was a little embarrassed walking out with the patch. But there's nothing you can do about some things, right? Every problem facing us can be solved, but now the fate of our nation is in your hands. It really is. We win this state, we win the whole thing. You know that? On Tuesday, you have to stand up and you have to tell Kamala
You're
that
fired.
you've had enough, that you can't take it anymore. She's been the worst vice president in the history of our country. And you remember, just 5 months ago, everybody was saying she can't run, she's grossly incompetent. She was the worst vice president in history. We're not going to take it anymore, Kamala. You're fired. Get the hell out of here. So today was the last day for in-person early voting for most of Wisconsin. There's a little tiny section, but I'm not going to get into the detail. But you still have until Sunday to vote early here in Milwaukee, as well as in Madison and Green Bay and Racine. We love Racine. We just left Green Bay. We had a great event. Was anybody at the one in Green Bay? That was a good one. That was, how's your football team? You know what I liked? I love Brett Favre. And we got a call from Brett, and you have to, I mean, he's a great guy, and boy, what a player. And I shook his hand, I said, man, that's the biggest hand I've ever seen. His fingers were like sausages. That's why he could throw a ball 80 yards, right? No, he was great, but he never did it before. It's such an honor because he never did it before. Thank you very much. No, Brett never did that before. You know, as an athlete, it's hard to do a little bit. You can't do it. You lose some fans, maybe, who knows? Crazy people that say, oh, I don't like him because he likes somebody, but Brett was great, and we had an unbelievable day. And to get his endorsement, and he wanted to do it right here. He wanted to do it right in Wisconsin, any place he said in Wisconsin. And he gave me a full endorsement, and that was a great honor, right? That was a great honor. Great guy. He could really rip that ball. So thank you very much to Brett. So get everyone you know, you have to do it. You have to vote, vote, vote. We're going to win this thing, and we're going to win it big, and I'd love to win it right here. I'd love it. And if you haven't voted early, just come on Tuesday. We don't care at this point. We don't care when you vote. Just make sure you vote. And if you see anybody cheating, know what you do. You know what you do? Report them immediately. No, we're doing great. We're leading just about, I think, all 7 swing states we're leading. But don't listen to me now. Don't listen. Just pretend we're 1 down, right? We're 1 point down, please. We don't want to say, oh, we don't have to vote today, Alice, because he's leading. No, don't do that. We've seen that stuff happen. We don't want to do that. Oh, the mic. Yeah, I think the mic stinks. I think it stinks.
Let's go, Trump.
Crazy. Crazy. Oh, that's what I was wondering what the hell they were shouting. I think this mic stinks, by the way. And then we don't pay the contractor. I say, don't pay the contractor. Then they write a story. Trump doesn't pay his bills. He's a bad guy. No, mic is terrible. I had another one. You know what? I've done 3 of these today.
3.
Somebody said
3. Hear that,
Somebody
Kamala?
said maybe what we
3.
could do is maybe we could just skip the last one. I said, there's no way I'm skipping. There's no way. And this is the best one of all. Look at this flag. Thank you. The ladies from North Carolina, 259 of these they've come to. Look at them. They're beautiful. I don't know where the hell their husbands are. They're married. All of them are married. But they're great, and thank you very much. We're rounding the turn, aren't we, huh? We're rounding the turn. And we have front row Joes over here. Look at them. And we have Mr. Wall over here. You know, it is sort of sad. Is that mic now better back there? Oh, that pisses me off. They don't get it.
It pisses me off too,
Well,
Trump.
the mic at Madison Square Garden worked very well. Was that a great event? But honestly, it was basically the same crowd as you have here, right? Same thing. Your NBA arena, your team is very good. I would say the Greek is a seriously good player. Do you agree?
Yes, he is. Giannis. Woo-hoo.
And tell me, who has more Greek in him? The Greek or me?
The Greek.
I think we have about the same. Right?
No,
He
the
is
Greek.
He's a great player. Maybe the best player in the NBA, actually. He may be the best player.
Yeah,
He's
who
supposed to
else
be a
would be
very
better?
good guy, too. But with your help,
Tatum.
we're going to defeat Kamala Harris, and we're going to make America great again.
I don't know what's going on. It's almost
What?
like they sabotaged
Yes, this
his
is
mic.
like sabotage. What is going on right now? The mic. Then it took forever to get him out on stage, and then.
But those guys that came out, they look suspect. They came out with their briefing like they was when I said they the ones they're sabotaging him. They still ain't fixed the mic.
He's still holding the mic. Like, what's going on?
Worst numbers ever in history. Nobody's ever heard. They did 12,000 jobs. Normally you're 250, 300,000, 400,000. They did
Yes,
12.
this is from tonight. This
Think
is
of it,
live.
12,000 jobs. And it's hundreds of thousands of jobs less than it should be. Think. Because they're pathetic. They don't know anything. These people don't know anything. She's a very low IQ person. Yeah. We don't need a low IQ individual. We just had that for 4 years. We don't need this. But those numbers are so low, they're almost disqualifying. The only thing good about the numbers I'm going to give you now are that it's great to run against the people that created those numbers because it's terrible. And just think, a few months ago, they fraudulently claimed, remember, 3 months ago, 818,000 jobs. It was a fraud. Everything they do is a fraud. And then they go after people that aren't frauds. They're a fraud. The whole operation stinks. But they created 818,000 fake jobs. And they thought they'd get away with it, and a whistleblower blew the whistle. And they blew the whistle. They thought they were going to announce. They call it a correction. That's a hell of a correction, by the way. That will be the world's biggest correction in history. What do you think, Ron Johnson? That's the biggest correction. It wasn't, you know, corrections are meant for like 700 jobs, not almost 1 million jobs. But now they've just revised the past jobs number, right? Last month, and they've revised it downward by 112,000 fake jobs. So these guys are playing fast and loose. These are crooked people we're dealing with. The people we're running against are crooked as hell. So that's almost 1 million fake jobs. And I think it's something that Congress ought to look into, really. They ought to look into. Who the hell ever heard of these numbers? And they wanted to revise them after the election. Could you imagine if you lost the election and then 2 days later, we've revised the numbers downward, 1 million jobs? Nobody's ever heard of it, but we thank you, Mr. Whistleblower. You know, some whistleblowers are very good. Kamala's failed economic agenda wiped out nearly 30,000 private sector jobs and nearly 50,000 manufacturing jobs in just the last month. Do you believe this? Nobody's ever heard of these numbers. Even I mean, I know they're incompetent, but I thought they were sort of riding along a little bit on what we built. With almost 100,000 manufacturing jobs killed since the beginning of the year. 100, that's a lot. 150,000, these are all the numbers coming out of the so-called government. Great government we have. 150,000 Americans joined the unemployment rolls last month. This is like a depression. And there's nothing, I mean, no event. I think they're trying to blame it on the hurricane. No, that was, you know, a relatively small area. No, not the hurricane. They're the hurricane. And nearly 250,000 people dropped out of the labor force, which is almost unheard of. No, these are the worst numbers anybody's ever heard of. The data shows that 100%, listen to this part, of all new jobs, net job gains in the past year have gone to illegal migrants.
That's right.
And the jobs were taken from African Americans, Hispanic Americans, and union workers. I don't think the unions are too happy about this.
No, we're not.
But I told you this was going to happen. It was inevitable. They're letting millions and millions of people flood into the country. And the African American population, if you see these numbers, then they're going to release them. But I think maybe, Ron, you should try and get them early because they're really bad. They have taken so many jobs away from African Americans, less from Hispanic, but that's going to catch up. But the African American job picture is unbelievable. And we had it going so good, but they've come in illegally and they've taken the jobs. And
they're laying off American citizens
20
left
years,
and right.
Good jobs, and they raised a family, they had a little house and everything nice. And they've now lost their job to illegal migrants that are poured in through the open border policy of that stupid person. Kamala's inflation nightmare has, think of this, has cost the typical American family $30,000. Think of that one. Higher prices because the inflation's just raised. And you know what started? When they played around with my energy. I had no inflation. We had the greatest energy we've ever had. I was going to have it 4 times higher by now. And we're going to do that, but we got a little bit of a delay because... And we were going to have it 4 times higher. We were going to take care of Asia. We were going to take care of Europe. We're going to make a fortune, start paying down debt. We have $35 trillion in debt. We're going to lower your taxes. I gave you the largest tax cut in the history of our country and the largest regulation cuts. And we were able to do more. Thank you. Thank you. And now she wants to impose the largest tax hike in American history on top of everything else and raise your taxes by more than $3,000 a year. Is everybody happy? I don't want to ruin your night, but don't worry, we're going to make it good. You got to suffer a little bit to get them out. Get those people out. They're grossly incompetent. I stand before you today as the only candidate who can
And
rescue
people are
our
voting for
economy
that,
from
and
total
people in this chat
obliteration
are
and
supporting
restore it to
that.
strength,
It's like
prosperity,
beyond
and
me.
actual
It's
greatness.
crazy.
We're going to restore you to greatness. As the just released numbers plainly indicate, the economy is now a disaster. And are you listening to this, press? They're the most dishonest human beings. Are you listening to this? These people, you know, whenever I look at them, they turn the cameras off. The red lights go off like, you see them all go, they don't want any part of it. No, that's a lot of press. That's a lot of cameras going so late at night. But no, we're gonna bring it back, and we're gonna bring it back fast. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna drill, baby, drill. We're gonna get the energy down. It's gonna come down. We're gonna drill, baby, drill. But I don't know if you know it. Their economy is expected to get significantly worse. How does it get worse than that? It's really bad. Top Wall Street analysts, like Scott Bessent, who's one of the most brilliant guys on Wall Street, he said that the only reason the stock market is up is because everyone thinks Trump is going to win the presidency. That's pretty good.
You are going to win, Trump.
We had a great stock market.
You are going to win.
Yep.
Can you imagine if Kamala won? You would
No.
go down to a 1929 style depression. I believe that too. No, that'd crush your incomes and kill millions of jobs and wipe out your savings. We're not going to let that happen. You got to get out and vote. Just got to get out.
He knows he's a number
I
man.
don't like to say, it's when I win. No, I sort of say, should I say when or if?
When? When?
I know, but it sounds a little braggadocio, right? All right, when I win.
Yes.
Yes. From the best jobs, the biggest paychecks, and the brightest economic future the world has ever seen.
Yup. Make America great again.
I think when Trump says that like we're losing jobs, like the black community, the unions, he's a numbers man. He's getting the numbers. He can see that black employment is down. He can see the illegal immigrants employment. They're being employed in place of black people, Latinos, and even union jobs, because instead of paying a union worker, say $40, $35 an hour, you could pay them $8 and no benefits. So that's what he's speaking about. He's all about numbers. He's a businessman. And what he's telling us is the truth, but people get offended. Mm-hmm. We're not offended because I understand he's seeing reports that we don't get to see, because he's still getting the briefings because he's a former president. So he's really concerned about our employment and Americans being employed. And a lot of companies like Pepsi, they're closing. They just laid off. I don't know, people were crying. They just got laid off today. So there's a lot going on, people.
And Tyson fired everyone to hire.
25,000.
So we're going to do that. If you didn't have those people, you would not have enough hospitals in this country to take care of anything. You'd need to double your hospitals, and those are the greatest people on earth, and they do it with love. And we're going to get them a tax credit. Is that okay? It's about time.
Great.
To rapidly reduce inflation, I will end Kamala's war on American energy. We're going to drill, baby, drill. We're going to frack, frack, frack. She goes and she says, oh, no, I've always wanted to frack. This woman, she's the worst liar. Look, I had to go and beat crooked Hillary Clinton. She's crooked as a $4 bill. I've never held a microphone up so long in my damn life. Yeah. Like I'm weightlifting, sucker's heavy.
Y'all still got him holding a microphone?
But she's crooked as hell, right? Crooked Hillary, but she was less, she didn't lie this way. This woman, Trump is going to he's going to terminate your Social Security in his first week in office. No. I'm the one that's going to keep it going. No increases in age. He's going to ruin Medicare. He's going to do that. I see her today. She's at a news conference. First of all, she's exhausted. She looks like... No, she's exhausted, right? Man. And you know what? I've gone 62 days. No days off. I've done so many.
Trump is a boss. Trump is a boss.
No days off. Like a president.
Thank you very much. Now I've gone 62 days. Today is an example. Yesterday I started off in New Mexico. You know why? It's not really a swing state, but it's a state that likes me a lot. It's got a thing called a border, and it's an open sieve. And people are pouring in by the thousands and thousands and doing a lot of destruction and doing a lot of crime. And I went there, we had a massive crowd. You couldn't even see the end of it. It was like early in the day on a regular weekday. And today I was in Michigan. We were all over the place. We were in Michigan, but I said, and Michigan's very important. We're leading in Michigan. You know why? I'm going to bring back the car business, a little thing like that. I told them today, a year ago I heard through a friend of mine who builds plants. He's a great plant builder, the best and the biggest in the world. He's building this massive plant that I wanted to see.
Yes, this is live.
I said, I want to see the plant you're building. He goes, well, it's not in the U.S. I said, then I don't want to see it. I'm not interested. I have no interest. Where is it? It's in Mexico. Who owns it? China. They're building this massive, they didn't start it. They're building this massive plant right on the border so they can make cars, sell them into the United States, and destroy the rest of Detroit. Take all the business away from Michigan, and in all fairness, Tennessee and South Carolina and lots of other places. And you to a lesser extent, but you too. But they're going to build this big plant. And I didn't like it. I said, that's killer. You know, they're trying to solve the Detroit situation, and we want to bring back company. And we're going to bring them back because you know why? The most beautiful word in the entire dictionary, you know what it is? It's tariff. The tariff. You're going to become so rich with the word tariff. You're going to become rich as hell. You're not going to know what to do with the money. I'm telling you, you're going to become very rich with the word tariff. And so I told them, and I was at the Detroit Economic Club. It was beautiful, and I was giving a talk, and I saw the guy that told me that they're going to start building a big plant in Mexico right on the border. And he was in the audience, John, his name is. He's, I think, the biggest in the world at this stuff. It's very good. And he told me if you asked me to build an apartment, I couldn't build it, or a road, they couldn't lay the asphalt. But a plant, he has no problem with computers all over the place and robots. Lots of robots, by the way. So I said, well, how's that going? I was making a speech, and I said, I'm right about there where that very beautiful girl is. I'm not allowed to say that. See the beautiful blonde girl right there? I said, now you know that's the end of your political career, what you do. You're not allowed to call anybody beautiful anymore. If you do, it's the end of your political career. Ron Johnson would never do that. That's why he's a great politician. No, right where that young lady is, John is sitting there. And I called him, I said, could you come back? And he comes backstage. Thank you very much. Fix the mic. Oh,
That's
you
terrible.
gotta be kidding.
That is terrible. that
Do you want to
those-
see
that
me
communication team
knock the
that came
hell out
up.
of people backstage? You
Yes, yes. Give them some boxing gloves.
I don't mind if they want to come up a little forward or something, but it's a pretty stupid situation, but that's okay. I get so angry, I'm up here seething. I'm seething, I'm working my ass off with this stupid mic. I'm blowing out my left arm, now I'm gonna blow out my right arm, and I'm blowing out my damn throat too, because these stupid people. I'll make you a deal. Pretend you're listening to it perfectly, and I'll come back and do another one, okay? With a decent. So stupid. And you know, the only thing I ask for, I don't care about lighting, I don't care about teleprompters, because I never read the damn things anyway. By the way, isn't it nice to have a president that doesn't need a frickin'
Yes,
teleprompter?
that can actually talk, can actually know what they're talking about. They can represent the United States of
I don't
America
ask for
with
much.
world leaders.
I don't ask for much. The only thing I ask for is a good mic. And this is the second time today that this happened. So now if I were the president, and you know, like a dopey guy like this Kelly, the guy's a total moron, and that happened, I'd fire him, and everybody would say, gee, I'm such a bad person. You're not bad, you fire people. When, for instance, the generals that destroyed us in Afghanistan, every one of them should have been fired. Should have been fired.
Yeah.
Hello? Hello? I don't think so. Hello?
Give him a worse
that better?
mic. No.
Is that better? That's terrible. Is that better back there? Is that yes or no? What crap. The only thing I ask for is a mic. You don't have to give me, I don't even need a stage. I don't give a damn. Give me a good mic. And I went through 2 of these today. And it knocks the hell out of your throat. But so far I'm doing okay, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Is that better? Yeah.
Lozenges.
Dang, these people that set
did you
this
notice I
rally
also-
up, man,
I came in
they
today.
need
I
to
said,
lose their job.
and you know,
like,
this is after
just
4 of
lose
these
their
things
job.
I've been in all fairness. I mean, I'm a human being, right? I come in, and here's the problem. I said, oh man, it's too low.
Trump is funny.
Way too low. Way too low. So I walk in and I said, shit, there's nothing worse than I walk in like this and did you notice? I was bending over like this. And then everybody says, is there something wrong with his back? What the hell is wrong with his back? They're saying, he's cognitively impaired and physically impaired. There's something wrong with them all because I have guys that are stupid back there. All right, what are you going to do? What are you going to do, right? What a shame. But we're going to come back. I'm going to give you a free performance back in that corner. You got a bad area back there. But I think this is better. I think it's probably better. But what we're doing is we're going to cut your price of energy in half in 12 months. Because we have more liquid gold under our feet than Russia, than Saudi Arabia, than anybody. Oh, that sounds much better. Does that sound better? Oh, that's good. Now I don't have to come back. But we're going to cut it because we have all this beautiful liquid gold, and we're going to cut it, and it's going to drive everything down. It's going to be, you're going to get, okay, ready? January 20th. First of all, you're going to vote. November 5th. You're going on Tuesday. That's
Thank you for subscribing.
Because we got to get that. I don't like talking about, like people are coming up to me, my staff over here, who are great. Sir, I'd like to recommend some people. I said, I don't want to talk about any people. First, I want to win, right? We don't want to talk about people. Don't tell me about people. Everybody wants a job. Remember, there was a moment where they were saying, oh, nobody wants to work for Trump. He's too difficult. He said, let me tell you a little secret. They die to work for us. You know why? Because they all want to be this glamour deal. They want to be in this beautiful administration. They want to be secretaries. No, they say, sir, nobody wants to work for you. Nobody wants to be Secretary of State and be known famous for the rest of your life. Nobody wants to be Secretary of the Treasury. These people are nuts. It's these people right there. They don't want to work for Trump. They don't want to because he's difficult. You know why I'm difficult? Because I want perfection for our country. That's the only reason I'm difficult. So I will terminate the Green New Scam, one of the great scams in history. Remember our country was going to be dead in 12 years. Remember that? Well, we came up at the 12. What happened? Where are we? Let me tell you, they have global warming, right? They said global warming. They used to call it, but now they call it climate change. You know why? Because climate change covers cold, if it's too cold, if it's too climate change. We're suffering climate change. If it's cold, that's good. If it's hot as hell, that's good. It used to be global warming, and that wasn't working because we're actually cooling. So we have that. But you know, the biggest warming problem we have is nuclear warming. So they talk all the time about the ocean will rise in 500 years, 1/8 of an inch. Who the hell cares, okay? But we have maniacs that have nuclear weapons, so we can't let that happen. And you need a smart president. As an example, Russia would have never gone into Ukraine if I were president. Zero chance with Putin. Zero. And everything Biden said, I said he's saying the exact opposite of what he should be saying. Israel would have never happened. That attack, October 7th, would have never happened. What a shame, right? What a shame. You know what else wouldn't have happened? Afghanistan, we would have left sooner, but we were going to leave with dignity and strength. Instead, we lost 13 great soldiers. I know their families.
Sad.
You know, Biden and Kamala would never call the families, not even one little phone call. I don't think they really wanted to hear from them at the end. But they wouldn't call. 13 great people were lost. Many people lost the legs, the arms, the face was just horrifically injured and obliterated in some cases. Nobody ever talks about them. I talk about them all the time because those people, they're going to suffer for the rest of their lives. It's so sad. What happened at Afghanistan, and because of that, by the way, Putin looked, he said, oh, the U.S. is a paper tiger. I guess I can finally go into Ukraine because it's the apple of his eye. Always was. He told me. No, I love it. I mean, he loved it, right? He loved it. He wanted it, but he would have never done it with me. Zero chance, zero chance. So sad, so sad. So many things have happened. You know what else wouldn't have happened to you? You would have had no inflation. I had no inflation. You wouldn't have had.
Yeah.
Inflation was caused by their stupid energy policy that drove the energy through the roof. It's not so complicated. To bring back millions of jobs, we will give our companies the lowest taxes, the lowest energy costs, the lowest regulatory burdens, and free access to the best and biggest market on the planet. And this mic is much heavier than the other one. I can do exercise. I can build up my muscle. But only for those who make their product here in the USA and hire American workers for the job. Right? Good? And if these companies don't make their products here in the USA, then they will be forced to pay a very stiff tariff when they send their products into the United States for the privilege of competing with our workers and taking our workers' jobs. And we will now have protected companies. These companies will not leave because they're going to be protected by tariffs, because they can't be undercut. You know, I took in hundreds of billions of dollars from China. Nobody talks about it. Those guys they don't talk about anything. They only talk about bad. They only talk about fake news. But we took in hundreds of billions with a B, dollars from China. No other president took in 10 cents. Oh, you know, and I watched the other day, Mrs. Obama was nasty to me. What was that all about? What was that all about, Scott Walker? Nasty. Oh, look, it's Tommy Thompson. Holy mackerel. It's Tommy. Is that Tommy Thompson or am I? Stand up, Tommy. Stand up, Scott. What a couple of real pros, good guys. But Tommy, I got along with him, Greg. You know, in 2016, I wanted to win Wisconsin so bad. He said it's not doable. He said, you are a very difficult state, but I won it. You know that. I did win it, despite your difficulty. I actually won it twice, but these are minor details. But which everyone knows exactly. But Tommy Thompson, and he's a longtime governor, a longtime pro, and he said, "What do you think, Tommy? I have a big meeting," and it's hard. You know, you have all these states. You want to go to the states, and he said, "Sir, you're wasting your time if you come to Wisconsin." And he said, "I don't feel that way, Tommy. I had like one of these deals, except with fewer people, to be honest. You know, we've become more popular with time. But it was good, it was big." I said, "I don't think so." He said, "Sir, I'm telling you, you're wasting your time. But here's what I'll do. I don't want you to go to Pennsylvania, go to Michigan, go to these places you have to win. Don't do it, sir. But here's what I'm going to do." I never forgot it. It was the weirdest thing. He said, "Sir, don't do it. But if I feel you can win it, or if I feel you're going to win it, if something happens over the next couple of months, I'll call you and you can do it then." I said, "Wow, that's a great idea." So 3 weeks go by and I get a phone call. They said, "Sir, there's a Governor Tommy Thompson on the phone." I said, "Who the hell is that?" You know, you sort of forget. You sort of forget, right? You know, it's like you're focused on the... I said, "Well, it's like Tommy." So I said, "Hi, Tommy, how you doing? What's up?" "Sir, it's time for you to get in that little chopper and come right up to Wisconsin. You're going to win this sucker." He said, "You're going to win it." And he was right, right? He was right. He was right. I got in that chopper. I was up here so fast they couldn't believe you could travel that fast. No, and we won. We had a great victory. And I will say this, we're much more popular. This is a much bigger movement. You know, Make America Great Again, MAGA, it's the greatest movement by far in the history of our country. It's amazing. There's never been anything like it.
Yeah.
And people don't even fight it anymore, really. They don't win, but it's the greatest movement. And when Biden was doing that thing with the purple background, you remember that? He looked like the devil, right? You remember that? Sebastian, have you gotten taller, Sebastian? What's going on with you? Sebastian, do you remember? Why are you standing? Do they not have a seat for you? He's giving me applause before we... He's a great guy. Does everybody listen to his show? He's been loyal. I'll tell you one thing. That guy was with me through thick and thin. Anything that came up, he said, the president is innocent. I said, oh, thank you, Sebastian. He would say, I don't know exactly what they're accusing him of, but he's innocent. No, Sebastian's been great. He's been a very good, loyal friend. He's a really good friend and a really talented guy, smart. But we are now more popular. This is the weave, you know, a little weave, right? You know, they used to say, these are stupid people, they used to say, he rambled. I don't ramble. I do a weave. You know what a weave is? It's a story. And as you're telling this story, you realize that there's a little offshoot, go up here. But the key is then you have to come back. And then you're doing the story, you're getting down to bottom line, and boom, you do another little weave. Then sometimes you do a weave off a weave. It's here and then back. It's called a weave. And
President
one guy
Trump.
got it right, a writer. They said Trump is a totally brilliant guy. He said he's the most, I've never said anything, because you always have to end up in the right place, or then you're rambling, you know? Then you're rambling. But no, I have a very
Yeah, the stories are, they're like the best too.
brain. But it's the weave, and we do it, and it covers a lot of territory. This way you tell one story.
Because it's like
and
he's
you cover
having a
our big-
personal
really, it's like 15
conversation with all of
subplots.
us. It's not just
But you get down to
politics.
the final
He's also
answer,
talking to
and
us
they go,
like,
actually, they're
we're his
starting to say
friend.
it. You know who said it? You know who said it? Rogan. Did anyone see that? What a nice guy. What a good guy. Because that's called long form. Joe Rogan, that's called long form. So you're with him and you're talking, and you don't have to rush your answer, cram it in, right? I like the way, by the way, 60 Minutes, see this part of the weave too, I like the way 60 Minutes, in order, because she doesn't do a weave, she doesn't know where the hell she is. She gave the worst answer I've ever heard to a question. One of the main questions, she was on 60 Minutes, Kamala was, you can't call her Harris, because nobody knows who Harris is, right? Have you seen Harris lately? Who the hell is Harris? So you call her Kamala. But on 60 Minutes, they did something that was amazing. I never thought, I think it's the worst scandal in the history of broadcast. I mean, I think it's the worst scandal. She gave an answer which showed that she was grossly incompetent. It was crazy. It was just like all words. They had no meaning, no effect. They took the entire answer. They said, yes, we adjusted it slightly, yeah. They took the entire answer out, threw it away, and they took an answer down here that had nothing to do with it and put it, which was still crappy, but at least you could make a case. So they took the answer out and they put in a new answer. And I said, that's terrible. It's part of the news division. They get free licensing. They're worth billions, by the way, but the government brilliantly gives it to them for nothing, and they're all crooked. ABC's crooked as hell. Look at this David Muir, the way he was asking stuff. This guy, pretty boy. And his hair's not as good as it used to be, by the way. It used to be much better. But you know what? He was asking stuff. I said, what the hell is he asking? He said, crime went down. I said, only a fool would say crime went down. Crime didn't go down. It went. And then the following day, right, it came out. Crime was up 49%. It's terrible, but what 60 Minutes did is unbelievable. They took the answer out, they replaced it with another answer. You got to see them trying to explain, Sebastian. They're trying to explain why they did that one. Did you ever do that? Would you ever do that? See, he may do that for me, but I don't think so, right? And if he did, he wouldn't be talking about it, that I can tell you. But he may. I don't want people to do that. You know what they do? They take mine. Mine is a beautiful, beautiful answer. But here's what they do. They cut out part of the weave, and then it doesn't sound so good anymore. But what 60 Minutes did, and CBS, I think the license should be taken away from CBS. And I think that 60 Minutes should be forced to either close or take a very extended stay. And I'll tell you what, if a conservative broadcaster ever did what they did, it would be the end of their lives. Everybody would be in jail. Everybody would be in jail. What they did. And so in honor of you, we sued them yesterday for a lot of money. We sued them. And I sued them, and we call it election interference fraud. It's it's a fraud. And I don't think there's any real way, I don't believe there's any way they can even answer it. You want to know the truth? But as we rescue our economy, I will restore our borders, because I think that's your biggest problem. I do. They're destroying our country. They're putting dangerous people. Look at these beautiful people. You'll be interspersed with murderers, drug dealers, terrorists. Do we have any in the house right now? Are there any people? Over the past 4 years, Kamala has orchestrated the most egregious betrayal that any leader in American history has ever inflicted on our people. She's violated her oath, eradicated our sovereign border, and unleashed an army of gangs and criminal migrants from prisons and jails, insane asylums and mental institutions all around the world, from the Congo in Africa to Venezuela. You know, Venezuelan crime is down like 72%, right? Because they put their criminals into the United States of America. Thank you, our stupid leaders.
Crazy.
And they're stealing countless American lives. You'll see that in a couple of minutes. It's horrible what's going on. It's a terrible situation. Today I want to hear directly from a mother whose world has been absolutely shattered. This is a young, beautiful mother who I met
How
at
can
one of
y'all
the rallies,
support
and
Kamala after
said,
knowing
"Divine, if we
about
do this."
this?
She was so dead. It's so, I had some of the toughest people
And
I've
you
ever
actually
seen with me.
already
They were
know
all crying
about
when
it.
they
It's
saw
not
this.
like
Play
you're
the
just
scenes,
learning it
please.
now. How can you still be with Kamala after stuff like this? Shit like
Sunday
this.
night, I asked her to not stay up super late because of her coming to work with me in the morning to do her summer school. She said, okay. I told her good night and I love you. I went to bed, not realizing that that was going to be the last time I saw her. We're best friends. Yeah. Oh my God, shake it again. I woke up to notice she wasn't in her bed. I'm in my heart trying not to lose my mind because I don't know where she is. I finally remembered her phone had a location on, and her phone was pinging just 2 minutes down the road, right behind the skate park. I start driving to the direction the phone was being pinged at, and I see a couple cop cars with lights on. I see yellow tape, and immediately my heart drops and sinks to the bottom of my stomach. My daughter's hands and ankles were both bound. She was strangled to death, left with no pants.
God.
And I know in my heart, she fought incredibly hard. She was not going down without a fight.
God rest her soul.
We begin with 2 men we're learning are charged with capital murder tonight, accused of killing a 12-year-old girl.
Police say these men strangled her before dumping her into that creek. Both men were in the country illegally.
Apprehended, then released by Border Patrol less than 3 weeks before Jocelyn's death. The men accused of killing Jocelyn Nungare are affiliated with the gang known for brutal violence.
Kamala Harris was in charge of immigration and our borders. If we had better border policies and not open borders and not these catch and release policies, I truly believe this all could have been prevented. Under her being vice president of this country, my daughter's life was ripped away from her. She had her entire life ahead of her. Happy birthday, dear Jocelyn. My daughter is 6 feet in the ground based off of policies that she allowed to keep. Kamala Harris did have one job, and She not only failed, not me, she failed my daughter. She failed Jocelyn. And she was only 12.
I don't know how you could vote for her after
President
hearing
Trump
that.
reached
You have
out,
no soul if you're
giving
voting
his
for her
sincerest
after
condolences
hearing that.
as not a former president, but just as a father, someone who cares. I believe Donald Trump needs to be back in office. I can at least know that my next child will be safe in this country.
I don't see how any mother, father, or anyone can hear that mother's pain and not feel the emotions and the heartache that goes out to that family. And that woman, that little witch, demonic spirit, allowed these people to come into this country, and she didn't even have the decency to even, I mean, you can't even apologize for this. That little fake ass apology that she did with Brett, he almost demanded her to say sorry, but then she said, but. For a mother or any family to experience what she has is unimaginable. And people walking around with allowing this mess to go on. This woman has destroyed this freaking country, and she is the border czar. It's disgusting.
And they're becoming empty. Some are already empty, but all over the world, all over the world. This isn't just in South America. It's not just Guatemala, Mexico, Honduras. You know, you think in terms of a little, so these are all over the world. Big in the Congo, big. They're sending them over, big, tough. They're tough, and they're mean. The day I take the oath of office, the migrant invasion ends and the restoration of our country begins.
Oh, wow.
The savages charged with brutalizing and murdering Precious, Jocelyn, are members of the same vicious Venezuelan prison gang, Tren de Aragua, that's taking over apartment complexes and unleashing violent killing sprees all over America. All over America, think of it. They're in Colorado. I think Colorado's going to vote for Trump. You know what they did? They were the ones that led the thing to get me up. I was the leading candidate of both parties, leading the Republicans and leading the Democrats 1-1. I was the leading candidate. And then they talk about a threat to democracy. And that governor, a radical left lunatic who's petrified of the gangs that are taking over his state, this guy went and told his people to try and get me off the ballot. Can you imagine that? That would have been a fine mess. That would have been a fine mess for the country, wouldn't it? And went to the Supreme Court of the United States, won 9-0, because even the justices that were liberally inclined, they said, we can't do that. You got to beat them at the ballot box. It was very heartwarming to see it as a 9-0. But this governor in Colorado did it. And you know who hated him the most? Are the Democrats in Colorado. They thought it was terrible. The United States is now an occupied country, but it will soon be an occupied country no longer. November 5th, 2024 will be Liberation Day in America. Liberation Day.
Too big to rig. Too big
and
to
on day
rig.
one, I will launch the largest deportation program in American history. I will rescue every city and town that has been invaded and conquered. These towns have been conquered. Think of what that means. Conquered. And we will put these vicious and bloodthirsty criminals in jail or kick them the hell out of our country immediately. And to expedite removals of Tren de Aragua criminals and MS-13 criminals, which are just about as bad. We took out thousands of MS-13s. You know, they loved Long Island. Isn't that nice? You know, two beautiful girls, 16 years old, were walking to school one day, and MS-13 attacked the two girls, and they sliced them up with knives. They didn't want to shoot him because that's too quick and not painful enough. They took and they killed both girls. And it's lucky that we have ICE around because ICE was extremely good. They were extremely good. And this fool that we have running for president without having gotten one single vote to his 14 million votes, this fool wanted to defund ICE. We want to defund ICE. If you defunded ICE, you had nobody that's tough enough to go in there and get these animals out of our country. She wanted to defund ICE. I will invoke and this is incredible because we had to go back so far. I will invoke the Alien Enemies Act of 1798. That's when they ran a tough country. To target and dismantle every migrant criminal network operating on American soil. And if they come back into our country, it's an automatic 10 years in jail with no possibility of parole. And I am hereby calling for the death penalty for any migrant that kills an American citizen or a law enforcement officer. And I will immediately ban all sanctuary cities in the United States of America. We will have them no longer. And despite all the damage she has caused, Kamala has spent the final week of her campaign comparing her political opponents to the most evil mass murderers in history. You know that, right? All of us, you, me. 2 days ago, Joe Biden called our supporters garbage. He called them garbage. That's worse than deplorables, isn't it? Remember Hillary? How did that work out with deplorables? Well, garbage is working out even worse, fam. They called you, all of us, garbage. We're garbage. And I believe we have 250 million people. I believe we have most of the country is about making America great again. And my response to Joe and Kamala is very simple. You can't lead America if you don't love Americans. You just can't do it. It doesn't work. And you can't be president if you hate the American people. And I actually think they hate the American people. She's not a good person. You know, her help, 95% of her help left. You know, when she was in the DA's office in California, she made everybody stand at attention when she walked in. Good morning, madam. Good morning, they were told to say. Good morning, Madam District Attorney. Stand up at attention. She's not a good person. Kamala's closing message to Americans is that I believe she hates you. I do believe that. I do believe that. My closing message is that I love America and I'm inviting you to join us in building an extraordinary future for our nation. My oath of office is an oath of allegiance to you, the American people. We're gonna straighten this mess out. It's a mess. It's an incompetent mess. I mean, she can't answer. I see her being interviewed yesterday. She can't answer a question. She goes all over the place. She doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. She's crazy. It's crazy. I'm asking for your vote, but I want you to know that whether you vote for me or not, when I win, I will fight for you with every breath in my body. I'm going to fight very hard whether you vote for me or not.
Fight. The thing about Trump is that, he's telling the truth about fighting for us. I've never seen anybody grind so hard to reach the American people as he has. I mean, he hasn't taken any days off, unlike this woman that this imposter, this puppet that's running for president that hasn't even earned the right to run. So I support Trump. I hope you guys are supporting him as well.
I want to protect him in many ways, but some of the ways are suburban housewives. They say don't like me. I think they do like me because thank you. She said, I love you. Where do you live? What part of Westchester do you live? Oh, well, that's nice. Illinois. Illinois. You may have the worst governor in the entire country. Thank you very much. He's terrible. They threw him out of the family business, so he decides to run for governor. I know the Pritzker family very well. I was partners with them, actually. They have some good people, but they threw him out because he was not very good, and he ends up running for governor because he's got money, but he's terrible. But I'm not allowed to use the fat word. That's the other word you cannot use. You are not allowed to use the fat word, so I will not do it, but that guy is disgusting. Everything Kamala says is a lie. Her entire campaign is one hoax and slander after another. But the more they lie, the more they smear, the more you need to get out and vote. We're going to get rid of these people. We're going to get rid of them fast, right? The only way to stop the lies is to swamp them. We got to swamp them with that vote. It's true. Kamala has no vision. She has no ideas. She's got no brain power. She's got no solutions. All she can talk about, did you see it the other night? All she can talk about is Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight I will speak about Donald Trump. Donald Trump, 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 Trump.
All she talked about. You know, there are some people who thrive under pressure, and there are some people who crack under pressure. She cracks under pressure. And the more pressure Kamala is under, the worse she crumbles. She is, at this point, very rattled. You take a look at her. Is there a chance she would resign before the election 3 days? I actually think they should have left Joe. I think he would have done just as well, maybe better. And it's come out today upon extremely good authority, the press, therefore it's no authority. But it's come out today that Joe Biden likes me more than he likes Kamala. And that he would rather have me win than Kamala win. Because they took away his presidency. It's the first time in the history of the presidency they stole the presidency from him. He would rather have me win. Actually, I think psychologically he's better off. It's a much better story for him. What they did is terrible. They went in and they said, you're out, Joe. Can you imagine you're the president of the United States and you have Crazy Nancy. She's crazy as a bedbug. Crazy Nancy, who had a lot of Visa stock, and she sold it one day before it was announced that Visa's under major investigation. And the fake news doesn't do anything about it. And then you have Kamala, who couldn't do an interview with Joe Rogan, who frankly is very fair. I call him tough but fair, but he's great guy. You know, we had it was the biggest interview. He did me last week, as you might have heard. The biggest interview that he's ever done in terms of hits. Over 100 million, much more than 100 million. How much? Like 100, where's TikTok, Jack? He knows everything. This TikTok, he's a TikToker. You know, if they're 20 years old and they work, you have a guy, TikTok Jack. When they turn 20, they're finished in that business. No, they're too old, much too old. Then you get sued for age discrimination. If she can't handle an interview, then she can't handle certainly President Xi of China. President Putin, he would have never done it. She can't handle anything.
That's
which
what
is
I
not equipped
say.
for
I
that. She's
say
not
that
a
all the
president.
time. She
She'll
can't
get
handle the
overwhelmed,
press. She
melt
cannot
down.
handle
Millions of
these
people
other
will
presidents
die.
of
You'll die. This is
these other
not
countries.
a charity event. This is an election for the biggest and toughest job anywhere in the world. This is the toughest job in the world. With the most at stake, right?
Yes, she
So
can't
you want to
handle
lose
it.
your life savings because we put a weak and foolish and incompetent person in the White House? I don't think so. Do you want to lose your job and maybe your house and pension because Kamala has the economic understanding of a child? The presidency is a job held by Teddy Roosevelt, Abraham Lincoln, Dwight Eisenhower, George Washington, and even Ronald Reagan. People of strength and intelligence. People that have a leadership quality. Would you trust Kamala Harris to talk with Russia?
No, absolutely
or China
not.
about nuclear
She's
war? I don't think so.
she's not
I really
capable.
don't. Would
Not
you trust
capable.
her to steer us out of an economic crisis?
She
I
doesn't
don't
have the
think so.
ability.
Nothing is more dangerous than to give immense power to a very weak and incompetent
That's
person
what I
with
say.
an
Oh God, I
extremely
was
low
saying that.
IQ.
She's weak.
We don't want. We had enough of low IQs in the last 4 years. We don't need. We can't go through
We can't.
another person who's a dummy. We can't.
We
do it.
can't.
You
Absolutely
wouldn't
not.
put Kamala Harris in charge of even a kindergarten class. You can't do it. You
Can't.
do it.
She gonna turn
So at the
word
end of the
salad
day,
to
you
the
need
kids.
to ask yourself, can you afford to put someone this incompetent in charge of our country's future? No, you can't. No, you can't. But on top of it all, Kamala says she would not do anything different, not one thing different than Joe Biden did. In other words, she should not run for office because he was the worst ever. Take a look.
You have done something differently than President Biden during the past 4 years.
There is not a thing that comes to mind.
I stood there on the tarmac watching you check your watch.
The chaotic and deadly U.S. evacuation from Afghanistan stunned Americans and the world and cost the lives of 13 U.S. soldiers.
Would you have done something differently?
There is not a thing that comes to mind.
More than 13,000 illegal immigrants convicted of murder have been caught at the border and then released into the United States.
An Afghan national is in custody today after being accused of plotting an election day terrorist attack. The suspect entered the U.S. on a special immigrant visa.
Gut-wrenching new details in the murder of Georgia nursing student Laken Riley. The illegal immigrant suspect, who cops say committed the heinous murder, is a Venezuelan national who crossed the unsecured southern border back in 2022. Two men investigators say are in the country illegally from Venezuela are charged with capital murder in the death of Jocelyn Nungaray.
A fifth illegal immigrant accused of attacking two New York City police officers over the weekend showed no remorse or regret.
Would you have done something differently?
There is not a thing that comes to mind.
Only 18% say the economy is in excellent or good condition. US inflation has hit a new 40-year high, increasing by 9.1% over the financial year.
Authorities saying Train de Aragua, which has been linked with more than 100 criminal investigations here in the U.S., has now been found operating its criminal enterprise in apartment complexes.
Were you the last person in the room? Yes.
Thank you. There is nothing that would come to mind. Can you imagine? How about the 325,000 children that she could have saved if she had the correct policy? No, she doesn't want to bring that up either now. She actually would have changed things, but she couldn't think of it. You know, she didn't have enough time. She only had about 4 days to prepare. If you want to end this disaster, you must get out and vote. We're going to solve this problem very quickly. It's going to happen fast. It's going to be beautiful to watch. We're pleased to be joined today by your next senator from the great state of Wisconsin, Eric Hovde. Eric, thank you very much. Going to have a great, great career. He's a good man, too. Good man, loves the state. And he is central casting? And I'll tell you what, she is a disaster. Okay, she's a horror show. Thanks as well to Senators Ron Johnson. Ron, stand up. Wow. Good man. He's a good man. He really is. Thank you, Ron. Great job. Great job. Thank you. We have a man who's just become recently, he was a great attorney general, and he's now a senator. He won a big race, a tough race, a race that everyone said, well, there's no way anybody's going to win this race. And he beat somebody that was supposed to win. And he's become a star in the Senate. Eric Schmidt. Eric, thank you. Thank you. And from the great state of Oklahoma, I love Oklahoma. You know, they have 77 counties, and I won all 77. You know who second was? Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan was second. He won 56. I won 77. I have to move there immediately. I have to move. Mark Wayne Mullen. Thank you, Mark Wayne. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mark Wayne. And we have Representatives Brian Stile. How are you doing with the Act of Blue or whatever it's called? You got to get it done before the election. He's working on one of the biggest scandals in the country. It's like where the Democrats put money into the Act Blue or whatever the hell they call it, and massive amounts of money, and everybody's talking, and he's in charge. So we're going to blame you if nothing happens, right? No, but everybody knows it was a rip. But honestly, you got to get this stuff done before elections, not after elections. And we learned that. They're finding all sorts of things now in Pennsylvania. Who would have thought you had to do this? But good luck with that, Brian. That's so important, okay? Thanks. Good luck. Scott Fitzgerald. Scott, thank you very much. Thank you. Great. Good job you're doing. Kevin Hearn. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you. We appreciate it. These are warriors, by the way. And a real warrior. He grew up here and he moved to Texas. He's one of the most popular guys in Texas. He's a congressman. He could do anything he wanted. They love him. And he actually asked for a leave of absence. He said, if you don't mind, I'd like to go to Wisconsin, where I grew up. I want to help the president win that state. He left Texas. And you know what Texas said? We love you for doing it because we have no problem. And, you know, we win Texas by a lot. This is always a little bit tighter. It shouldn't be tighter. It should be the same thing. Oh, I wish it was the same thing. Texas has been so good. But, you know, they view him as a hero for doing this, as opposed to, gee, why is he not in Texas? And he's been up here for 4 months. He's got his brothers helping him. He's a great congressman, and he's a fantastic man, Troy Nels. Thank you, Troy. Have your brothers stand up. Your brothers stand up, fellas. Boy, but the whole family came up here. Really, they came up just to help me. It was so really incredible. And candidate for Congress, I don't want to mess with this guy. He's a big, powerful man, Randy Niemeyer. Thank you, Ray. Look at the size of that guy. I met him backstage, Scott. I met him, and I said, wow. And former governors, Scott Walker and Tommy Thompson. Great people. Great. Thank you, Scott. Great. Two great guys. A very respected man in D.C. and here, a friend of mine, a great lawyer, Reince Priebus. Reince? Thank you, Reince. Thank you, Reince. And we loved Bobby Kennedy, didn't we? We loved him. Everybody loves him. You don't have a deal with him because he's really into the environment, but he's really into health. I say, Bobby, you take care of health. You work on those potatoes and work on those oranges, and you work on everything. Everything you can work on, everything. The only thing you gotta leave alone, Bobby, just leave it alone, is the liquid gold. Because we're gonna make our fortune. I don't want you telling me I can't touch it, Bobby. The only thing I've asked Bobby to just, please, Bobby, don't tell me it's like a problem, please. Because we're gonna make so much damn money. We have more liquid gold under our feet than any other nation in the world, including Saudi Arabia. including Saudi Arabia and Russia. You know, I took it from number 4 to number 1. We're number 1. We're energy independent. Can you imagine, Mr. Wall? Please stand up, Mr. Wall. I'm going to buy that suit. I'm going to buy that suit. Susie, please buy that suit for me. We also have the head of our campaign on today. And other than this microphone, she's done an unbelievable job this year. Unbelievable. It's the best run campaign. People say, well, actually, to say it's the best run campaign, you got to win. So let's say, well, do you mind if I wait about 4 days? But Susie Weil, she's incredible. Incredible. You know who's their father? You know, I believe in this stuff so much. Pat Summerall, right? Great announcer, great football player, great announcer. Look, he's going, wow, that's very impressive. But no, we believe in genetics a little bit, right? But Susie's done an incredible job. And thank you, Susie. You really have. And Chris and everybody else, right? Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. Former small business administrator, Jovita Carranza. Thank you, Jovita. Jovita. Thank you, Jovita. Did a good job. And Sebastian, we want to thank you very much. You are really Sebastian Gorka, everybody. And a man who I think is going to bring us home, GOP Chairman Brian Schimming. Thank you, Brian. What a good job you're doing. I heard him speak the other day. I was in the plane flying in, and he was up saying, you are good. You are psyched, right? Like we all are. We want to win. This is the biggest win. This will be the biggest win. Think of it. And if we win the whole thing, it'll be the greatest event in political history in this country, and maybe beyond. And not only great because it's a great event, it's going to be great because of what we're going to be able to do. We're going to be able to fix our country. That's why it's really going to be great. It's going to be very important. And a friend of mine, one of the greatest developers, a great guy, a very generous person. He's always giving money to charity. When there's a problem like in North Carolina, he wanted to go with me, wrote out a big check all the time. He's a fantastic man, Steve Witkoff. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve. Great guy. So, in conclusion, here are the facts. Kamala is a radical left Marxist, rated even worse than crazy Bernie Sanders or Pocahontas herself. Remember Pocahontas? Her mother said she had high cheekbones, which I think is very racist for somebody to say that. I think it's a racist statement. I think you should investigate that statement. She destroyed our economy. She was an original creator of defund the police movement, and anybody who wants to defund the police for even 1 week or 1 day is not worthy of being president of the United States. Kamala vowed to abolish ICE. She pledged to confiscate your guns and endorsed a total ban on handgun ownership. Who in this room is willing to give up their gun, please, to Kamala? Who refuses to give up their gun? I think she has a very tough job. But she even called for free sex changes for illegal aliens in detention at taxpayer expense. And perhaps worst of all, she lied about working at McDonald's. She lied. She never worked at McDonald's. Never worked there. She never worked there. She's a liar. It was always, I went and checked it out. Actually, they were the best French fries I ever had. 9 seconds after taking them out of that fat, whatever the hell. But they were the best. You know, when they sit around for about 2 hours, not so good. With your vote this November, we're going to fire Kamala and we are going to save America. We will cut your taxes, end inflation, slash your prices, raise your wages, and bring thousands of factories back to America and back to a place called Wisconsin. We will build America, we will buy American, and we will hire American. That's what we want. And I will end the war in Ukraine. It would have never happened if I was president. And I will stop the chaos in the Middle East. October 7th would have never happened. All those people would be alive right now. And I will prevent World War III. We're not going to have World War III. With this people, you'll have it. And it would be a war like no other. This would be a war like, because of the power of the weaponry, we will crush violent crime and give our police the support, protection, resources, and respect that they so dearly deserve. We will strengthen and modernize our military. We will build a missile defense shield over our country, all made in the USA. And we will rebuild our cities, including our capital in Washington, D.C., making them safe, clean, and beautiful again. We will teach our children to love our country, to honor our history, and to always respect our great American flag. And we will put in a bill into Congress. They say it's unconstitutional. I don't know why, but we're going to protect our great American flag. Anybody burning the American flag or destroying our American flag gets 1 year in jail. Thank you very much. And we will get critical race theory and transgender insanity the hell out of our schools. And we will keep men out of women's sports.
Yes. Keep the men out of women's sports.
I will defend religious liberty. I will restore free speech. And I will defend the right to keep and bear arms. Our Second Amendment will be totally protected. After years of building up foreign nations, defending foreign borders, and protecting foreign lands, we are finally going to build up our country and defend our borders and protect our citizens and our land, right?
That's how it should be.
And we will stop illegal immigration once and for all. It will be stopped. And we want people to come into our country. We do. We want people.
Not 30
but they
years
have to
worth.
come in legally through a system. They have to love us. They have to love our country. We will not be invaded. We are not going to be invaded. It's like an invasion. It's like a military invasion. You know, the guns and weapons they have, some of these guys have, they're military grade. They're at least military grade. Some are better than military grade. We will not be invaded. We will not be occupied. We will not be overrun. We will not be conquered. We will be a free and proud nation once again.
Thank you, Chef.
Everyone will prosper. Every family will thrive. And every day will be filled with opportunity and hope. And it will be more than anything else. It will be filled with a thing called the American dream. We're going to have the American dream back. But for that to happen, we must defeat Kamala Harris and stop her radical left agenda with a landslide that is just too big to rig. So you need to get out and vote. For the past 9 years, we have been fighting against the most sinister and corrupt forces on earth. They are corrupt, sinister, horrible people. Horrible people. With your vote in this election, you can show them once and for all that this nation does not belong to them. This nation belongs to you. All of you belongs to you. It belongs to you. It was hardworking patriots like you who built this country. And 4 days from now, it is hardworking patriots like you who are going to save our country. You're going to save our country. And I would love to see you do it because you deserve it. You've been very loyal to me. I want all my primaries here. I want everything here. I had a little slip up with some bad things that happened in one election, but you know, everybody understands it. And we just had tremendous success here. I have so many friends here, incredible people. And remember when you're about to press that lever, and I told you this before, everybody wanted that damn boat contract to build like 28 destroyer-type boats. And I'm a very visual person, so I took the thing that was designed, which wasn't that beautiful, and I took the bow of the boat and I reshaped it with them, with the yard. Right? You know the yard we're talking about. Great yard. That's correct. Thank you very much. And I took it and I said, no, you got to have a little more point. You got to see this thing. It looks like a yacht with lots of guns on it. And they've done a great job. And everybody wanted it. Every state wanted it. Some of them won't even talk to me still. But I wanted one of the biggest contracts, right? That was one of the biggest contracts, and Ron helped me a lot, and I wanted it to go to Wisconsin, and it went to Wisconsin, and they're building their little hearts out. So when you're ready to press that lever, Sebastian, remember that beautiful boat, remember the yacht with guns all over it? After all we've been through, and we have been through a lot, but after all that we have been through together, we stand on the verge of the 4 greatest years in American history. We're going to make them great years. We're going to make them great years. With your help from now until Election Day, 4 days, we will restore America's promise and we will take back the nation that we love. We love this nation. I mean, I wouldn't be doing this. I could have a hell of an easy life. I could have those waves just smacking me in the face. Beautiful saltwater waves all over the place. I got waves all over the place.
We say thank you, Trump.
Lots of places with lots of waves. Mr. Witkoff can confirm that, right, Steve? Like probably more than anybody. I don't have to be here. But if I had my choice, I'd rather be right here with a broken down shit microphone in Wisconsin. I would rather be in Wisconsin.
Tell them how you really feel, Trump.
Beautiful beach. I would rather be right here. Because we are one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. We will never give in, we will never give up, we will never back down, we will never ever surrender. Together we will fight, 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 and we will win, win, win. We're going to start winning again. November 5th will be the most important day in the history of our country, and together we will make America powerful again.
Powerful again.
We will make America wealthy again.
Wealthy again.
We will make America healthy again.
Kamala doesn't even have a say. She
Thank
can't
you,
say
RFK
any of this.
Jr.
She can't say make America anything
We will
again.
make America strong again.
Strong again.
We will make America proud again.
Proud again.
We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you. Thank you very much, Wisconsin.
Go ahead,
God
time
bless
to
you.
dance.
God bless you.
Dun, dun, dun. Trump is amazing. That was like his 4th event.
God bless you, Trump.
Go ahead, gotta watch Trump dance. Do that. That's the Trump dance. They're gonna have like some kind of. I wonder how many people dressed up as Trump this year. Yeah, it's so cute. I love it. Boy, look at her.
Thank you, Stinny, for sharing.
Oh, you're welcome, Melinda. It's our pleasure. So this is like great, yeah. So this is amazing. One thing, I'm glad that you guys are taking this election seriously. And like I was just looking at, here's Trump. This is like his 4th event. I don't have that stamina. I don't think I could ever do as much as what he is doing. This woman cannot have a rally without an entertainer to come so people will come to the rally. And they're not there to hear her speak about abortion every time she opens up her mouth. She can't run on her record, and she's the sitting vice president. You're supposed to be able to run on your record.
I will say this rally was a complete setup. I don't know what was going on with the microphones and him taking forever to get him out there. This whole rally was a setup. This is probably from the Democratic Party or something, because this doesn't happen at Kamala rallies, Joey Biden's rallies.
She don't talk long enough for anything to happen at her rallies. She do 20-minute comments. She do 20 minutes and she out. So he speaks for hours. I don't know how he is able to do what he's doing. I mean, to have so many events like today, Kamala had Cardi B. Now here she goes. She got her phone. They're giving all of them scripts and they're paying I think she had $1 billion budget for this election. Mm-hmm. That's how much they was giving into her campaign. They're doing everything under the earth. They're doing everything under the earth to steal this election, to win this election. They had this mass invasion of people, unvetted, they didn't care if terrorists came in. people from Venezuela gangs, the cartel, fentanyl, children, 325,000 children are missing. They don't care about Americans being killed, raped, children being killed and raped, American citizens. They don't care that our cities are being destroyed. They're committing all kinds of crimes. They're attacking everyone. They're doing catch and release. They don't care about any of this to win this election.
Someone just said Kamala gives black reparations to illegal immigrants.
Yeah, the reparations, instead of giving to black people who have worked in this country, and our forefathers who were slaves in this country that built this nation, they said, we got a big bright idea. Instead of giving it to the black people, we're going to open up the borders and we're going to flood in as many, we're going to flood in 30,000 people. No, we're going to flood in as many people in 3.5 years that normally would take 30 years to come in. That's what I'm trying to say. It would take 30 years. They did it in 3.5 years because they figured we get enough of them in. And, you know, the plantation black people that don't know how to expand their minds and seek out the truth and stop being lied to the mainstream media, they are very influential. They have taken this woman that everybody hated, that nobody liked, had the worst representation of any vice president ever to serve in that office, and they flipped it around and tried to make her into the most loved person. That shows you the power of the media. The power of the media. They have hidden everything she has done, hasn't done. They have lied for her. They have done everything, and now they have these actors.
Robert said, I'm in Canada. America's the last hope. There's nowhere left for free people to retreat to. If y'all don't do the right thing on Tuesday, it's endgame for all of us.
Yeah, the thing about it, everybody, the world is depending on America choosing Donald Trump as our president. Kamala is not what the world is going to rely on. It's not that she is a woman. It's that she's a dumb woman. It's that she's an unfit woman. It's that she's a scared woman. She's weak. She's a frightened woman. She can't speak. How she's going to talk? She can't even talk to the American people and tell us what her plans are. What happened? How come our country is in disarray since you've been in office? When did you realize that Joe Biden was suffering from dementia? You know, how come you didn't tell us, you know, his conditions? You know, and you're still lying about his condition. You still walk around acting like this guy is running circles around people. And we see him. This is how they lie. It's right in front of our faces, and they're trying to tell us, you're not seeing what you're seeing. You know, who's running this country? Ask her who's running the country.
Yeah, Tulsi would be a great woman president.
She's strong. Tulsi is strong. She's a beast. She's a soldier. She's articulate. She commands respect. Kamala doesn't command respect.
And that's hard for, that's for me to say. I'm not really into a woman being the leader of the country and leading me and stuff. But yeah, Tulsi, I would like that actually. Tulsi would be great. Marine veteran.
Yeah, it's just amazing. And they took this woman in 3 months, hid her from the media for 84 days. Mind you, the election was in what, three months or whatever. So out of the 3 months, they hid her, you know, for all this time.
It would be awesome.
You know, they hid her. I mean, you're supposed to be able to stand on business. You're supposed to stand your ground. And like I've been saying is that you have to have the respect of the world leaders. This woman they wouldn't even give her the time of day. They will take over the world. President Xi and Putin, they are already conniving. They are already meeting. They are already collaborating to attack the United States. You best believe that. While we sitting around acting dumb because you got Kamala people, they want men and women sports. They want men and women bathrooms. They want their kids to go to school being taught that they're not a boy or you're not a girl. These are the things that they welcome. They want to talk about abortion like that's the biggest deal. Instead of keeping your goddamn legs closed, take birth control pills or make them wear a goddamn condom. Abortion is not birth control.
And now Mark Cuban is saying that women that support Trump are idiots.
Yeah, he's making statements. You know, you got the president, the sitting president. Trump people, they are like Trump is the president. Trump is not the president.
Yeah.
Biden is the president and Kamala is the sitting vice president. So when they talk about change, we need a change from her. She has the wrong slogan. We need a change from this administration. We need to go back. They tell me, and people are crazy. You got her support someone. We don't want to go back. Y'all don't want to go back to low interest, no ongoing wars, no invasion of 110 million illegal immigrants.
Someone said, remember when Harris ran in 2020? She had less than 3% of the vote and dropped out of the race.
I know that she did because when she ran in 2020, I was like,
they're saying, but
we was holding rallies. She was the only one. Like when we was having something that was going on, the only one didn't show up was Kamala. You could get the phone. You could kind of show them. The only one didn't show up was Kamala Harris. I saw Bernie was there. Met Bernie, Joe DiMaggio, Amy Schumer, Yang from New York. All the different people were still in the race except for Kamala. She didn't even make it to. We had something to meet all the candidates with my union and all that kind of stuff, and she was already out. She was out. So it's amazing that people don't understand that this is bigger than us. The world is depending on us to be strong, to fight off the adversaries. We can't fight off when you got knucklehead Tampon Tim. Tampon Tim. Just take that in. Tampon Tim. I even heard they said they had urinals in women's bathrooms. Mm-hmm. This was on the news. This is crazy. You know, and we all know, and I gotta give adults this lecture, when you're born, just in case there's some people of different persuasion on here, when you're born, you're either a boy or a girl. There's no in between. The boy baby is going to have a penis and testicles. The girl baby is going to have a vagina. Okay? So it's decided when you're born what you are. Now, when they get a little older and get these crazy ass parents and these crazy teachers that tell them that, oh, Timmy, you could cut whatever off you want to cut off. You know, that's when they get confused because they're telling them 2 daddies is fine or 2 mommies is fine, but that's not what God intended. Mm-hmm. Please.
This is my mom meeting President.
No, I'm greeting Joe Biden.
Greeting President
Joe Biden. Yeah, as he came in, yeah.
And so she's not.
Can you show the video?
Yeah, I can see the video too.
They probably can't see that, but I'm gonna put it's on my it's linked on my channel if you want to see the video.
Hi, how are you? Well, how are you? You guys been me my whole career. Well, thank you. And I'm still with you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so when I on my videos, when I said that I met Biden and all that, I've been at quite a few events with him and selfies and all that with different people, politicians and presidents. We've been around Obama, all of the 9 yards. But I woke up after the last election when they made these last promises to the Black community, and we canvassed, we fought, I threw rallies, I had permits for Independence Mall in Philadelphia, huge route, thousands of people out there speaking to the masses and all of that. And then after that, what are you talking about? Did he sniff my hair? He's stupid. All of that we did, canvassing, knocking.
Sniff my mom's
No,
hair?
he's talking about Joe Biden. Then, just the fact that we did all this canvassing, all this knocking on the doors, all this stuff for Joe Biden, phone banking, calling around the country, making sure everybody's voting. And they said, oh, we're going to make sure for Black people, we're going to push the anti-crime bills, your George Floyd Act, your John Lewis. They didn't do nothing. And she's still sitting in a barbershop talking about what she would do for black people, and she telling the men, "Oh, we'll give you weed," the very thing that she had black men locked up for, and now she talking about, "I'll make it legal for you." How crazy is this? It's insanity. But I just hope that people are voting. I just hope that people not that they're exercising their right to vote, irregardless who you vote for. I don't think that you should vote for Kamala because she's a dud.
And
She's not it.
And also now you got Michelle Obama telling wives to go behind their husband's back and vote for Kamala and stuff. It's just,
I've never seen nothing like it.
Yeah.
They got Carly B up there. Ever since this comedian, whatever he said or however he said it, he's not holding any office. He doesn't hold any political office. He was a comedian that shouldn't have been up there, but he doesn't make any decisions. He doesn't do anything. But when you have the president of the United States, the sitting president, calling half the country that they're garbage, now that's a problem. That's a problem. When you have a candidate that's running that can't speak for herself, then in order to have people at a rally, she has to have an entertainer at every rally, and everybody's supposed to be like, don't have a mind of their own. They're supposed to do what an entertainer tell you to do. That's not living your life, and the life that they're living is nothing like yours. They're living in mansions, and all of them that are there, they're speaking. They're not doing it out of the kindness of their hearts. They're being paid to do it. They're being paid. She has the media. She has all the entertainers. She has Obama. She has all of these surrogates, these people. She has Joy Reid. She has The View. She has Don Lemon. She has everyone. Roland Martin. She
blue eyes for great.
Dio. He down low Hughley. I mean, she has all of these people trying to get someone elected that can't speak for herself. How come she can't do like Trump? How come she can't have a rally and talk to the people without an entertainer? How come she can't stand her ground and tell us, I destroyed the freaking country,
without a teleprompter.
And say how, since I destroyed, how the person destroyed, how they gonna fix it. Remember, we want someone that destroyed the country to fix it. Let that make sense. She destroyed it, and she's supposed to be the answer. She said, we want change. That's the perfect for Trump. We want change from this administration.
That's why Trump.
This administration.
That's why Trump has to sign now that says Trump will fix it.
Trump will fix it. She can't fix this mess. And we haven't seen anything yet, because y'all have to remember the cartel are here. Terrorists are here. All the stuff we see in these other countries, they're here now. Y'all need to take that in. They've been plotting and planning and organizing all this time while we bicker about stuff, while we red or blue. That's bull crap. We're gonna have in-house problems now in this country when stuff start going off here.
It's like people aren't understanding this.
They understand.
I don't want a World War III. And if we get Kamala in office, there's a good chance that's gonna happen.
God is daddy, because that's how she gonna win, because God should not be mocked. So you got people that are gay, alphabet, all this kind of stuff, and they think that maybe they think they'll lose rights. Maybe they like being broke. Maybe they like not being able to buy groceries. Maybe they like high interest rates. Maybe they don't care about the future of children. Wherever the case may be, I wish that you was in your own little world, your own little bubble on a whole nother damn planet. And then I didn't have to be subjected to it, because my eyes are wide open, that I understand that things are higher. I don't need the news media. I don't need nobody online. I don't need nobody on chat to tell me individually what I am personally experiencing with this administration. And if you can't tell the difference, then something is wrong with you.
100 subs, no content. You're the one in a cult. You're in a cult. Like,
you got to do all that to get elected.
You can't just say it's one-sided. I mean, we watched both. She was a former Democrat, and I watched all news programs. I'm not just sitting at home all day watching Fox News. I'm watching CNN. I'm seeing what everybody got to say. And I'm choosing which one works best for me and which one I'm going to vote for. That's how I make my decision. But I don't know about you.
The woman fumbles under pressure. You could tell when she starts speaking her word salads. She looks scared. She looks frightened. I mean, she's not fit for this job. I don't even believe she wants the job. She's thrusting it. I think at this point, she's feeling the pressure of even being the leading candidate because she knows that she can't do the job. She's not going to have a teleprompter. She has to meet with so many world leaders, so many people, and she's supposed to give directions and she's supposed to make decisions that she's incapable of making. At least Biden, even though he suffered from dementia, he's been in the Senate for over 40 years or 50 years, however long, 60 years he's been in there. So he knows policy. She doesn't know what he knows.
That's a new thing, saying that Trump is too old.
Well, that two old men to run circles around all of us put together, because I never seen nothing like it.
Yeah.
Like whatever he have or whatever's going on, I wish I had it. I mean, his energy is endless. It's endless, you know. And then he's fighting. I think that God is just strengthening him because he knows how important this is. If they get in and they're going to monopolize this election and they're going to make sure that nobody else will win an election because they already position all these I'm going to say terrorists, but they are these illegals in sanctuary cities because they want the delegates votes.
Yeah, someone said I was a Democrat until this administration. They're awful.
That's it. That's me. I was a Democrat until this administration. This is unacceptable. And if I'm speaking like that, my son just show you I was with all these people. I could show you all kinds of films with all the leaders and everyone. It's not just Biden, it's all of them.
Paul said he got 5 items at the grocery store, $50.
But that's right. That's right. 5 items for $50. I spent $100 and my cart is like a quarter fill. I'm like, it's like nothing there. And it's not like it's meat and stuff. It was just little stuff. You know, my food bill, I don't know what I'm paying per week, but it got to be like between $500 and $600. And if you count going out, because it costs a lot more to go out to eat, some of the meals is even higher.
I'm starting to think some of the people in the chat aren't Americans.
They're not.
Yeah.
They're not. They're not. You know, everyone's in the chat. Illegals, they trying to keep up because they trying to see if their time is up. Chunky saying he's going to ship them out. So they like, you know, there is no way that her personally is going to mock God. And God is said that he should not be mocked. You know, she's not a Christian. She's not a believer. She's whatever she needs to be to win. She black one day. Now, when she was sworn into the Senate, she was sworn in as an Indian woman, the first Indian woman. Now she want to be president. Now she black. I'm black now. Like who are you fooling? You know, black people are very much aware of when they're being played and when you BSing us. We know, and that's what she's doing. But then you have these loyal black people, they don't care how they treat it.
The barbershop.
They don't care how they treat it. We got your back. They don't care how they're treated. They're gonna be loyal to a fault. You know, they're going against their best interests. You know, all about best interests. Voting for her is going against your best interest.
Like some of these family members, like one's not even talking to us because of this election.
Like my daughter.
My sister is not even talking to us.
No, not until after the election, because she stomping the grounds. But I got her into politics and all of that, and she's really in position. She's really up there now. And she's stomping the ground. She could run for president, my daughter. You should see my daughter. She's amazing. So, but she's supporting the wrong candidate this time. So she doesn't like that her mommy is like, they got her involved and had her at the meeting, Biden and Bernie and all these people that I introduced her to and all of that. And now I'm against them. So that's kind of a big turnaround for her.
Thanks, Life for Script.
What did they say?
They keep saying this, telling people they need to subscribe and stuff.
Yeah, thank you. Make them a moderator.
Okay.
Thank you. So, but you know, you gotta make sure that You keep God first. And I think all of us, like, if we're unsure about who to vote for, ask God. Ask God. Take the time to ask God. Who did God think that represents him?
They said, "Look at you two rooting for a billionaire criminal."
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And look at you rooting for a dysfunctional, dementia president and a laughing hyena and a knucklehead tampon Tim that want to change America. They want to cut off your, you probably want to cut off your children, your penis. Maybe you already did that to yourself. Who knows? Who knows? You want men and women sports, you know? Thank you. Oh, God bless you too. Y'all want men and women sports. Y'all want men and women lockers. Y'all want a little girl to be in the bathroom and some grown 6'6" men. Because you know they always 6'5" or something. Talking about they're a woman with all they junk and they want to go to the bathroom with women. You know, in the locker room with women unrobing. People being spied. Women being spies, and these men are coming in acting like they're women and they taking their clothes off in front of children and the women.
Yeah, Debbie said, "I'm voting for Trump and I swore I never would."
Yeah, that's me. This is, I'm telling you, like you showed them, this is the complete opposite of everything that I was fighting for the last time. I was fighting for the other side completely, 10 toes down. And a lot of that has changed. What is it? I have to go for you. Okay. Yeah, they're going to be, like a lot of times, Chef, when they're being disrespectful is when you're losing. When people are feeling like they have no hope or whatever, what they do, then they want to attack people because that's just what they do. They're like, instead of being adults, they're like children. I hope they don't have kids because they're a poor example for their children. And people want to know why kids are so messed up. Look at the parents. They can't even make decisions for their children's future because they're so self-centered. People are only thinking about themselves that they don't understand that all the decisions that are being made right now are going to affect your loved ones. It's going to affect your children. You might be doing well, but what about the other people in your family that don't have a job or don't have money? Or they need a helping hand. What about all these people? People be looking at themselves, but maybe you could put gas in your car, but that other person worrying about how they're going to get to work because their car broke down and they don't have, it costs a lot to get your car fixed now. They don't have money to get their car fixed. What about those people that they don't have enough money? They got to go to work, but they don't have no money for lunch. So they got to go without eating all day. People are going to work like that. What about the children? We got children that are going to school hungry. They're going to school hungry while we're feeding all these illegal immigrants. They're getting $13,000 EBT cards. They're getting $25,000 in cash. We're showering them with luxury and all this money, staying in luxury hotels, and our children are starving. They're going to school hungry. What about all these people? See, we're so self-centered. That's why we say America first. They just laid off all these people in Chicago. They're going through hell there. I know they better flip red. They have really done those people in. Now they want to raise their taxes like 300% or whatever because they need $300 million because they've been giving all this money to the illegal immigrants. They have taxed these people out. It's crazy. It's crazy what's going on. And then these people, and they're black people, they got laid off. And when people get offended, when Trump is talking about black jobs, well, he's looking at the job rate. He looks at numbers. He's a businessman. He's getting the presidential reports because he's a sitting president. So he can see the decline in black employment. He can see the incline of the illegal immigrants have gone up. And black people employment has gone down. He sees that. That's what he's talking about. He's seeing how union jobs are being attacked. Because why pay a union person $30, $35, $40 an hour, overtime maybe $55 an hour, when they could pay an immigrant $10 and give them no health insurance, no time off, no leave, no FMLA. They don't have to give them anything. It's cheaper for a company to say, I'd rather hire them. So that's what's going on. And that's what he's looking at. He's looking at numbers. He's a numbers man. And people don't understand it. Look at the administration. They lied about the job market. They talking about they added 818,000 jobs. That was a lie from hell. They didn't add any of those jobs. That was a lie. It was a lie. And only people getting hired are the migrants because they want to have the cheap labor. They're the ones, but nobody else, because whatever, say, Latina was making, or what they had to pay a black person, they know that they could pay them lesser. They can pay them less money. It's all about, it's a money's game. You know, so it's insanity that's going on. You know, but you know, people are in darkness. No matter what you, doesn't come people, when they don't get it, you just leave them alone. Let them stay in bubble land. Just, you don't have to convince them. Just let them continue being lost. Let them continue. They'll find out one day, because life is going to hit them. Life hits everybody. It's going to hit you. Yeah. So they're going to learn the hard way when it's too late. Those are the ones that's too late. Help me. When it's too late now.
That's why, like,
trying to tell you.
That's why, if you guys know of Anton Daniels, that's why he just kind of just like looks at him, just kind of laughs sometimes.
He said, just let some people just gotta let them go.
You just gotta let
them go. They don't care about nothing.
He
don't
takes
care
his
about
hat
their
off.
children. They don't care about what the state. If you can't see what's going on here now, and it's only going to get worse if these people stay in, because they can't fix this damage that they have done to our country.
God bless you too, Johnny.
Please, what did Chef say?
Chef said, "Oh, I know the script. I see them every day. Some of them I know."
You know, it's like you got to be sleeping right now if you're not feeling the impact of what's going on. There's no way. But it's some people, they've heard so much rhetoric about Trump, and the media has put it in their spirit. They kept calling him Hitler. He's deplorable. He's gonna affect democracy or whatever, when they're the ones that's a threat to democracy, not Trump. Not Trump. They're a threat to democracy. So it's like, it's crazy right now. There are people that are going through it, and we're sitting around because we have a house, we have shelter, we have cars, that we have the comforts. But there are a lot of people that, like I said, they're going to work hungry, and they don't have no money for lunch, and they barely have enough money for gas to go back and forth to work, because gas is going up, but their wages hasn't gone up, and they rather for their children to eat. They're trying to make sure they have something to eat to go to school, so they're not eating, or the kids are going to school hungry. So y'all need to, it's not what you think.
Yeah, Johnny said God's in control, and God stands with Trump. He saved his life. This is good versus evil.
Yeah, that's right. That's the battle. You're right.
Our battles against demons and spiritual forces, and we shall win in Jesus' name. Amen to that.
Glory to God.
All glory to God.
This is spiritual warfare. Like he said, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and wickedness in higher places. This is a spiritual warfare battle. And that demon and that devil is trying, he has blinded people. He's trying, but God is in control. That's why I know that God already knows the outcome, because he's the Alpha and Omega. He knows the beginning and end. He already knows how things are going to turn out. But he didn't save Trump and go through all this and put him up at a time like this. For them all, look at all that they're trying to do to steal the election. You know, they're not, look at what they're doing. They have thrown the kitchen sink at him. They try to have him locked up, remove his name off of ballots. They done got every star. They had mainstream media. He's a Hitler, all these lies. He's not, no comparison. He couldn't even have a rally. They're comparing it from 1930, wherever they said, like a Hitler rally. What kind of craziness is this? This is to influence people's minds, and people walk around, and women walk around, oh, he's trying to take away my rights, so I need to take my rights to control my body. You are in control of your body. Use birth control. You're in control of your body. And he gave the decisions to the states. Why should the federal government be telling women what to do with their body? It's a state issue. So in your state, y'all can vote on what, do you want to allow abortion, not allow abortion, whatever the case may be. But keep your freaking legs closed. Have the guy wear a condom. You know, take birth controls. There are many things you could do so that you don't even get pregnant. You know, so all that about your body, and she's standing there, that's her whole Every speech, I've listened to her speech. I can't even listen to her any longer. Everything is about abortion. I mean, what kind of freaking bull crap that you're going to have a damn abortion clinic at the National Democratic Party? They're giving out abortions, and that's supposed to be great. Kill all the black babies. The black people are the ones that kill our babies more than any other race. But then you want the immigrants to have babies so they can overpopulate us, and then we're underpopulated, and then they're going to be populated, and that's to push us down even more. So we're helping for our own demise as black people. And we're so dumb that this is like a chess moves they do, but we got to catch up to the nonsense. They already had all this already played out, but we slow to catch up. But a lot of us are waking up, like myself, like all black men, y'all leading the way. I didn't understand the last election. I was like, what's wrong with them? Now I see we need to be following y'all. Following the black men. They saying like they pockets like was better. The money, like men are about money, about getting their coin. So they're not getting coin from this administration, and this administration is not America first. This administration is not about American citizens at all. Not at all. They're not supporting us. They're not protecting us. They're not making sure that our needs are being met. They're not America focused. Revelation 17:4. Yeah, these are last days, that's for sure.
This administration's about the devil and illegal immigrants.
The devil can blind people. You got to ask God to remove the blindness from people's eyes, because they like blind Bartimaeus. They can't see. They can't see what's going on in front of them, and they still talking about vote blue. Kamala don't even campaign for herself. Everybody else is campaigning for her. They got Cardi B today. They got Jennifer Lopez. They paying on. They all coming out lending their names. I don't give a damn what Cardi B, Jennifer Lopez, Beyonce, Usher,
Lizzo.
Eminem, Lizzo, all these damn entertainers. Oh, what's her name? Megan Thee Stallion. They got she shaking booty. That's what they think we want to get us to vote, especially black people. Give them an entertainer. But we get nothing in return.
Get the black man weed too. Let's
get the black man weed and give them somebody gonna shake their behind, and that's what we want. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. But we gotta be smarter than this. The world is depending on us. Do you know that they are watching this more than us? The world is really concerned how this might turn out, that we might actually put a fool in office. We already got one. We already got two in there now, that we might put the other, just make it worse. I mean, you didn't think it'd get worse, but with her and Tampon Tim.
Life of Script said the devil's controlling the U.S. right now. We have to change that and get people back in touch with God.
This is supposed to be a Christian nation, but we're far and removed right now. Look at the stuff that's being accepted now.
Yeah, that's like how people say, oh, keep religion out of politics, but this is a Christian nation. Literally on the dollar bill it says one
in
nation.
God we trust.
Yeah, in God we trust. So, but they took Christianity out of schools now.
Yeah, and look what happened.
Yeah.
The enemy removed the Bible, and now look at the result. People can't even think straight. It's like people need to grow up. People need to be educated. They need to find out, read the policies, look at what's really going on, expand your mind. Don't just look at one type of news media like CBS, MSNBC, ABC, and all the different networks, Fox News. Go on other social media platforms like X, TikTok, YouTube. You got some incredible creators that are out here that are bringing the news better than they are, and they're bringing the news with an honest opinion, with no skin in the game. They're telling you and showing you what's going on the boots on the ground. And they're not being paid to lie to you, and they're not being paid to endorse somebody and lie about somebody, because that's their job. You have to expand your source of news and information. We got to think about the future of this country and it's a lot to be said. But anyway, guys, it is so late. I don't know what time it is where you guys are, but we're on the East Coast. It's like 12:19, and we're about to get off of this. I think we're actually going to probably watch a little movie and go to bed since it's Saturday, Saturday now. I will finish watching that Netflix movie. The one, what's it called? The one,
Don't Move?
Yeah, Don't Move. Yeah, that looks like it's
good.
going to be good. But anyway, we thank you guys. We pray for you guys, and it's all right to agree to disagree, without trying to be offensive and insulting.
Someone said something funny though. They said Usher said on The View he don't do politics. Next minute he's endorsing Kamala.
They twisted his arm, and they did the same thing with what's the guy, Jermaine Dupri. He was with Jay. As soon as he went against Kamala, wanted to know her policies. Roland Martin went off, and now here goes Jermaine Dupri sitting with D.L. Hughley on the BET special proposal with some black men, some simp black men that they found that all agreed. These men didn't have any balls. They couldn't even stand on principle. They're gonna put them together, and it was just a mess.
And now Roland's going at a pastor.
Roland going after a pastor because the pastor said when she mocked God that it was wrong. He's supposed to, as a man of God, call that crap out. Yeah. And he's not even a pastor, Roland. He worried about his money coming in because he just bought a new house. His Black Star Media. He don't give a damn about black people. He in it for himself. He don't want to go back to work.
Talking about politics while the pastor's talking about God.
The pastor talking about God. He's talking about, well, why didn't he say this about politics? How come he didn't talk about that? He's not a politician. He's talking about God. She mocked God. He's standing on business. And more pastors, they need to be being good shepherds of their sheep. They're not supposed to be following that mess. So anyway, you guys, I want to say we love you. God bless you.
God bless you.
Jonathan, God bless you. I love you too. She speaks the truth. Yeah, I love you, you guys. It's like in my heart. God had pressed this in my heart because I'm an activist. I used to be hitting the grounds out there in the streets, just rallying everyone up. That's what I'm used to doing.
Yeah, we're gonna start doing that.
Yeah, we got to get out there, so, but like, if you go on my website, you'll see, like, I could post a lot of stuff up, but it really is not about that to me. It's about just being real and telling you guys the truth.
The only reason I've been like hesitant to do that is because people get really angry.
Oh, we love you too. Who said this at a life script?
People get really angry about politics and emotional.
Hi. Thank you, Chef.
They get emotional over politics.
They get emotional.
A little hesitant.
I think we got, like, this time, I think we got to fight a little harder because I think this is so serious. I never felt election was like the end. This election is
Thanks, my man.
This election is really so serious, and we don't get him in office. That's why Elon Musk is trying so hard, because he knows freedom of speech, everything's gone. They're fighting hard because they're trying to make this a permanent thing. So anyway, guys, we love you. We love you. We pray all is well.
This is my mom.
We pray all is well. Who said that?
No, he said sorry if that's not your son. He said that I was legit. Her son was legit. He wasn't sure you were my mom.
Yeah. So anyway, you guys, y'all take care. God loves you. We love you. And peace out. Get some rest.
Yeah.
Get some rest. We're tired.
God bless you.
See y'all next live. Bye.
See ya.